Welcome to the Braylon Edwards Show with Shep.
Touchdown, Braylon Edwards.
Braylon Edwards, touchdown, Michigan. Timing pattern to Edwards, touchdown, Michigan.
Where we bring you the best in sports, entertainment, and insight. Join us every weekday from 2 to 4 p.m. as we break down the latest games, analyze the biggest plays, and dive into the hottest topics in sports. We'll have exclusive interviews with your favorite athletes and guests, and you'll get a front row seat to all the action. So tune in to the Braylon Edwards Show with Shep.
Got one-on-one going end zone. Edwards in the air. Oh, what a catch by Braylon Edwards. His second touchdown of the game.
On the Woodward Sports Network, where sports comes to life.
Hey, here we go on a Tuesday at the Braylon Edwards Show. We've got two in the audio booth. That's right. Brendan and Cameron are with us. Kool-Aid is back with us with his Lions gear and the ever-sharp wearing Braylon Edwards to my right. I love that scarf.
Appreciate that, man.
Yeah, man. Looks really good.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you. It's good to be here. Today is one of those challenging days. All you can do is throw your hands up and say, Lord, I give all my troubles and my worries to you, and I know that you will come through. Worked out this morning. I got to see. Not a lot of people wake up when it's snowing outside.
You're right.
Not a lot of people in the gym this morning, but I made a business decision in that gym was to be fit and feel good. So
Do you think when people see it snowing, what's the best sleeping weather for you?
Rain.
You love it when it rains.
Rain.
Me too.
Rain.
I love it when it's
But it's gotta be
Open up the
it's gotta be
window.
a certain rain. Like that summer rain is different. Shout out to Carl Thomas. But summer rain, it's a little different, man. It's smooth. You know, you got the AC going. You have it at the perfect temperature. But then that rain is coming down. You can get a good glimpse of what it is outside. Give me that summer rain.
I'm a little
for the win.
disappointed he didn't sing.
Me too, because he's got a good voice to do it. I don't know if he can carry the note, but he's got a good
I gotta
voice
get
to
some
do
of
it.
this tea up.
Hey, let me ask you this: do you have to have the entire room dark, or do you like a little light in it?
I like a little light. I think like
So a little light, and when it's raining.
100% light adds
Okay.
to it. I think if you add a little light, it glows into the inflection of some of the shadowy spaces, if you will. It reflects off the TV. Darkness is like for sleep. Like I'm talking about that good rain, that nap weather.
Okay,
Yeah.
because I'm a pitch black guy. Pitch black with a little bit of rain outside. And every once in a while, if I get some lightning that I can see through the
Facts.
window, I'm okay with that. I seem to have a really easy slumber when a gentle rain is pouring outside. And I wonder if people feel the same if it's starting to snow a little bit, because it snowed overnight a little bit, right?
I would,
So, I
because
wonder if
it's
that's
something about the whiteness of the snow. Like it's pure outside, it's white, which sounds hilarious, but it's pure outside, it's white. You got the trees, you get the shakes. Lights are typically up by the time our tree is up, so you get the tree, you get lights outside. Usually it's warm because it's cold outside, so you got to have the heat on to a certain temperature. Nothing past 72. Okay, that's too hot. We'll keep it at 72. But then also too, we were talking about cookies the other day. We were talking about warm milk. Like,
boy.
'tis the season for cookies and warm milk, man, or warm cookies and milk.
Yeah, warm cookies and milk. I don't do the warm milk stuff
You
unless it's in
shouldn't do
cocoa.
it.
Unless
Yeah,
it's
you
in
shouldn't do
cocoa.
it. You may be in the bathroom.
That's right. Colonoscopy coming earlier.
What?
Kool-Aid,
door.
Kool-Aid,
Yes,
what's the
sir.
perfect sleeping weather?
No, man, you guys said already. It's that spring weather,
Ooh,
that
spring
rain.
is
You got to
good.
crack the window, though. The window has
Just
to
a
be
little
cracked.
bit.
Yep,
right?
let the
so
breeze.
you can hear the birds.
Got to get that breeze in there, a little bit of the nature. But that's the way to go, man. I like that, too. A little bit of light, but you got to have, like, the shears. So not the blackout curtains, but the shears over them. So, you know, you get the feng shui, the wind coming through, and it's dope, man. It's dope.
Brendan, perfect sleeping weather.
I would say about 68 degrees. 68. It's got to be a little bit, like if you take the covers off, you're going to be a little bit chilly. But if you put them on, you're fine. I mean, that's perfect for
All
me.
right.
He just said something crucial, though. Covers all the time.
Yeah, covers
All
all
the
the time.
All the time. You
all the
got it,
time.
yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to be sweating. You want to be in a pool of sweat when you're sleeping in bed. Anybody keep the TV on when they're sleeping? You do.
Yeah.
All the way on, or do you turn it off eventually, or are you waking up and turning it off? Are you going to sleep to it being on?
Well, luckily in 2025 there's a sleep timer, so you know I can go ahead and put the sleep timer on
Okay.
right there for you. But nah, I'm full on TV on. Like I'm clicking, and at the same time I watch the same things, whether it's Animal Planet, whether it's National Geographic, or whether it's some cartoon that I've watched over
David
my life.
Attenborough.
Yes, our guy.
Here we go again.
Shout out.
I'm just saying, you know, it's an anime cartoon I've watched, some of those things, but yes, it's always something that I'm gonna tune out in a matter of minutes because I've seen it a billion times.
Yep.
Okay, because I can't do that. I can't do the
But
TV
if I'm
on.
sleepy and if you're falling asleep 25, 30 minutes into when you turn the TV on and you have a sleep timer on for an hour, then it.
Listen,
Yeah,
I'm not
exactly.
saying it's
Sleep
wrong
time.
because that's exactly what my wife does.
Gotcha.
What I'm telling you is I'm sleeping within 5 minutes
Okay.
if the TV's not on. That's all. Okay, I can't do the bright light. You know, I don't need poltergeist in my face when I'm trying to sleep.
They're
All right?
here.
Yeah, Carol
I know
Ann,
about
don't
that.
go into the light.
I know
I
about
don't wear one of those masks either. Anybody wear the mask?
No.
The sleep mask?
The Iron Man mask.
Yeah,
the lights up.
Well, no, I'm not referring.
Oh, you're
to
talking
the-
about the
I'm just talking
I
about
got
the.
you. Block division.
yeah, right.
Nah,
No?
I don't need those.
All right,
When
yeah.
I go, I go.
I couldn't do a full mask. If people
neither.
have sleep apnea, I don't know how they do it. I couldn't do a full mask.
They
It would
told
drive
me to
crazy.
get one. Like I went and got tested for it because part of one of the NFL,
Yeah.
kind of like testing situations. They want to test for all the things, and sleep apnea was one of them. So when I went and did my test, they said, you're whatever the level was, I was like 12 more above what the level was. So it's not terrible, but. We would recommend a sleep apnea mask. I said, I bet you would. You trying to get paid. I said, I don't need no mask. I said, what's the other options? And they said, well, you can do a mouthpiece. So I got a mouthpiece, and I was like,
How long did
I'm
you?
not
How
wearing
long
this.
did you? Yeah, how long did that last?
It didn't last very long. I said, what? I'm just gonna change the way I eat. I'm gonna change the way I diet. Change the way I work
Bingo.
out. I'm gonna figure this stuff out.
You think that's a big part of it?
1,000%.
Okay.
1,000%.
Same.
What you put into your body, the rest time you get, the proper rest time,
Mm-hmm.
all that matters. Working out, releasing those white blood
Ice
cells.
cream at 9:00 is not recommended, is what you're telling me.
You got to
Oh,
cut
I
off
feel
at
attacked.
9:07. You got to cut off at 9:07. So I started doing these things. I started laying off some things. Hint, hint. And I saw
Like?
hint is enough. I
Okay.
started laying off some things.
All right.
I wasn't smoking, so
Okay.
it wouldn't be smoking.
Okay.
And
We know he
it
picked
worked
up
out.
broccolini.
Well, yeah.
Well, I
Well,
was
the
already
broccolini
eating
probably
broccoli.
helps.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it definitely does. So
Yeah.
yeah,
All right.
those things can help. But I'm
Well,
not
I gotta
buying-
take
I'm
your
not buying
advice.
the mask.
Okay, I'm not either because I'm doing that
This
right
is Jim
now.
Carrey.
I'm doing this.
Smoking.
I'm doing this. I'm doing this. This sleep test right now. It looks like a watch, and it plugs into something that you wrap around your finger, and then you do the.
Yeah.
It's weird. But then you've got an app on your phone. So I've done it 2 nights. I got to do it one more night.
I stayed overnight to do the testing.
Yeah,
in fact,
like,
the
you
testing
do
is
from
right down
home?
the street in
Yeah, do it
Troy.
from home. Yeah.
I went to the sleep center in Troy.
Yeah, people told me to go there too. I said I'm not having anybody watch me sleep.
I legitimately
Sorry.
went there. It was weird though because I checked in around like 11. I got there 11:15. I ordered DoorDash because I hadn't eaten. It was a long day. It was a long day. I went to an event. The event didn't have food. Went home. I got to the sleep center. I said, shoot, I haven't eaten. So I DoorDashed some food.
Some
ate.
salad. Yeah. All right.
It wasn't salad this day. It was some BS. But yeah, I think I got to sleep around 12:45. Woke up like 3:30. Used the bathroom, and then when I woke up at 6:50, they said, "Hey, we can get you out of here if you want." I was like, "What did you guys really test?"
Yeah.
Like, I really didn't sleep enough, but apparently they got all the information that they needed.
Okay. That's during the NFL. So that
No,
was
this was
after.
this was back in May.
Oh, so you've had it done twice.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So
I don't want people watching me sleep. I don't need that. There's certain things that I'm going to protect a little bit. I don't need me kicking and me punching and me snoring and me drooling
you
and
see
all
that
that other
laptop
stuff.
you got over there?
Yeah.
And people watch you every night.
That's a good point.
People watch you every night.
Yeah, that is a good point. If they're watching me right now, they're watching us have fun on the Braylon Edwards Show. We invite you into the chat.
Hey.
Don't forget to smash that like
Smash
button,
it.
as Kool-Aid would oftentimes say. Well, last night we watched a little Monday Night Football. I'm sure you did too. Wow, I'm glad I didn't play Jalen Hurts as my fantasy quarterback because I would have lost my game. Instead of smashed that like button, won that game, and finished 10-4 on the year. So that was some type of ugly ass Philadelphia Eagles offense, wasn't it?
Speaking of 10-4, go ahead and put up those fantasy, those fantasy.
I lead
stats.
right into that Kool-Aid.
If you could.
I led right into it, man. It's like Lucy holding
always
God
come
black.
back.
Well,
Yeah.
perfect. You said 10-4,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
right
yeah.
there, your boy Braylon, I won with another. Just look at the points. That lets you know I tell you I have a bad team. Look at my points in total. I got the lowest points of anybody in the league. But
You know what I'm looking at? I'm looking at the 10-4 record. That's what I'm looking at.
It just
You have
makes
no
it
reason to
happen,
bitch
man.
about it. I mean, you're 10-4, man.
It's
I mean,
fun
come
to
on.
bitch, though. My team's bad.
I mean,
Like,
geez, so Pete, if your team's that bad, how'd you get to 10-4?
because the right
Exactly.
guys play at the right time.
Oh, okay.
Like,
All right.
right guys play
So
at the right
Howie
time.
Roseman is to my right now.
I was just about to say we got Coach Bray and now we got GM Bray.
Yeah, right, man.
So here's my question. I got ridiculed by my sons because I named my team Oldie But a Goodie.
Right.
All right? I'm the oldest guy in the group, so
But are you a goodie?
Kool-Aid, do you like that? Do you like that? No?
love this.
Okay. Oldie But a
That's
Goodie.
so shook, dog.
And my kids are like, wait a minute, you're supposed to name it after somebody on your team.
Right.
So maybe I could have named it Hurt So Good, Pat Stafford. I don't know.
Right.
Whatever. You named it Team B1 to GOAT.
BE. That stands for Braylon Edwards.
No, I get that.
Oh.
But you got the one to go.
Yeah.
Braylon Edwards, one to go. Did you get any ridicule from people who, I guess, people did name their, Justin named it after his last name.
I will say this.
No Vaseline. Nice job, Anson. Well done. Where's Kool-Aid? It's not Big Tucky.
He's in the bottom. The list doesn't go that far. Since he didn't want to trade me A-Chan, and I got all the jokes.
All my players got
So
hurt
look,
after
it
that.
doesn't go that
hold on,
far.
hold on.
I didn't trade, and then they got hurt. I'm like, where'd Braylon go?
You can't even see him. He's down there.
Maybe the name of his team is Vaseline.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, Shep, like Team BE
No, did he?
go like it's factual. So
Yeah, I get it. I was
Factual,
just
so
wondering
it
if
works.
anybody like Gun gives it to you.
X
is
gon'
gonna-
gives it
X
to you.
gon' gives it
Like
to
a
you.
DMX
Shout out
reference.
Broder.
Right, there you go.
Bro,
Shout out
Broder
to
is
Broder.
like a
13-1, pretty
savant at
impressive.
this stuff,
And
though.
Broder's squad is cheating, though. Like it's ridiculous how great his squad is.
But he drafted it, right?
Like Shep, that's just a
He
phrase.
wins
Like,
every
that doesn't
year.
mean that I think he cheated.
Oh, okay.
It just means like it's so good. It's almost
Sorry, you
as
got to
if he
educate
cheated.
me on these
He didn't
sometimes.
cheat. Broder's like the nicest, most honest guy you'll ever meet. He's got Jameer Gibbs, Jonathan Taylor, and Jackson Smith and Jigba. That's just three.
That's nuts.
That's
wait.
just three. He had Daniel Jones, but Daniel Jones was hot. He got off Daniel Jones, got another quarterback that's hot. So
Is that a couple of Michigan guys at the top of that?
Oh, 100%.
Hey, shout
You know what I'm
out.
saying? Michigan 1, Michigan 2.
Michigan pitcher, Michigan
The
wide
crown
receiver.
is yours, as you see.
Yeah, I do see that. And
All
he
right.
has the crown, and you've got a crown. How many are making the playoffs in this?
8.
8?
Yeah.
That's the 8. All right. So you get a bye first week. Is that correct?
I don't want to buy because I got Eagles defense against the Raiders. I need that first week to be no buy.
I'm with you on that.
Like, and I got Christian McCaffrey back off bye week. Like I'm happy about
Yeah.
this week.
Yeah, I don't
Not
blame
so
you.
much as last week, but getting into last night and what that game was for Jalen Hurts and the Eagles.
So bad.
It was a bad game, but it really just lets you know how good that team is, how good that defense is, if you will, because they play a lot of bad offense and still they beat the Rams. Still they've beat the Packers as of still they were in this game to win this game. Still they were in the Bears game to win that game, but it's on the offensive side of the ball where they're struggling.
Yeah.
When you watch the game, it's similar energy to the Detroit Lions. And hear me
Also,
out in that
yeah.
regard. You have a head coach who's a good head coach, but a coordinator kind of dependent head coach. Nothing wrong with that. A lot of coaches have won multiple championships that way. Every time Sirianni loses his coordinators, his team play drops. Whether it was the year they lost to the Chiefs, then he came back the next year. They were 10-7, snuck into the playoffs, if you will.
I think they won the first. I think they started like 10.
And then it fell off the rails
Right.
once you had offensive lineman injuries. Is a hint to where I'm going. Then you get Kellen Moore last year. Everything works out. Everybody's healthy and looks amazing. What's going on, Lindsey Hunter? I see you out there.
Hey Lee,
And
what's
then-
going on?
What up, boy?
What, are you getting your hair cut in here?
I know you ain't getting your
Come on
haircut
up
here.
Come on up here. What's up?
I know this is where you come get your haircut. Don't even try to play that with me. Lindsey's a 49ers fan, so he'll appreciate some of this NFC conversation. But just looking at where the Eagles were, where the Eagles are, that offensive line play, getting back into this season, the offensive line play has struggled. Landon Dickerson's been injured the whole season.
Got injured
Lane
again last
Johnson, he got injured again. It was a different injury last night. Lane Johnson's been out. They've had some injuries on the other side. And now you have a quarterback that is one of those quarterbacks that when you give him protection and you give him a running game, he's very successful.
Yeah.
When you don't give him protection and you don't give him a running game, the majority of the yards on rushing that last night came off of a fake tush push scenario. Now that quarterback has to beat you, and he can't. And then you look at the defense. That's what's saving them. I think it's similar to what the Lions are this year. You lose some coordinators. Offensive line nowhere near what it was. Offensive, the run, the identity, trying to figure it out throughout the year.
It's good. It's
very similar.
Really good observation.
That's why I'm so mad they didn't beat the Eagles. Remember, I said the Eagles are not a good. They're not a good team.
You're right.
This is why I'm so frustrated how the Lions played that night, because the Eagles are a very beatable team.
For sure.
Yeah.
And when you look at, when we always talk about pressure with Goff, I sent you this earlier. The numbers for Jalen Hurts last night when pressured, 3 for 13, 41 yards. Let me reiterate that.
Wow.
3 for 13, 41 yards. It's a guy who's won a championship, was the MVP of the championship, outplayed the other guy in his previous Super Bowl, even though they lost. I think he's a good quarterback. I don't think he's a great one. I think he's a good quarterback, and he possesses a lot of traits people like to have, and rightfully so.
When you have the best offensive line in the NFL, which I believe the Eagles have had for the past 4 years, the Lions right there at number 2, you can interchange them, that's fine. I'll go with the Eagles. When you have the best line in football, you have weapons that play for you, both sides of the ball for wide receivers, and in the backfield, they've had constant running backs in the last 5 years, including last year you get Saquon Barkley. You see what he did. When everything's clicking, it looks like this. Now when it's not clicking, now when the offensive line is struggling, now when there's some beef between the wide receiver and the quarterback, you're asking Jalen Hurts to sit in the pocket and beat you as a pocket passing quarterback. And that's not what he can do.
That's not a good recipe.
Put him under center. Like, that's not what they do. And you're asking, like, when you watch the defense to the Chargers aren't that good of a football team right now. Like, I know what the record says. They're not that good of a football team. They lost their tackles. They're struggling a little bit. Yeah. But when you line Jaden Hurts up, put him in shotgun, and say hike, the secondary knows to put their feet at a certain line depth. It's not going this far. It's not going past this. You can put your heels on the line. You can keep everything in front of you and force him to beat you. You become reactionary and have a quarterback that's not built like that to beat you. So that's what's going on with the Eagles. They're asking Jalen Hurts to be somebody he's not.
Yeah, 5 field goals, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
he's an amazing player when all the pieces are right. Like the Super Bowl they lost to the Chiefs. He outplayed Patrick Mahomes.
For sure.
He outplayed Patrick Mahomes. The Super Bowl last year, you saw what he did, but everything was aligned right. Right now, they're trying to ask him to do something that he can't do.
Yeah, that's a bad look. And then, of course, people will eventually look at what? They'll look, You'll say bad loss for Detroit against Philadelphia. So I think that's exactly it. Let's bring up our friend, Lindsey Hunter. Lee, can you come on up here, buddy?
Oh, he's on the camera.
Man, you look good. You look so good. I just saw him the other day. He looks good, you know.
Hey. Why does everybody say that about my hands, bro?
Because it's true.
How's the two-time world champion doing? All right.
Pretty good, man. Pretty good. Enjoying this football season. I was listening to what you guys were saying. I was arguing with a buddy of mine about that exact same thing, brother. The exact same thing. I told him. So our argument is always top 5 quarterbacks in the league, right?
Okay. Yeah, I've always said that. You want to start a conversation? If there's nothing going on at a party, okay, we've got 6 people in the studio. Here's what you do. You know who I think the greatest quarterback all time is? Or you know who's a great quarterback right now?
Basketball.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Okay, so go ahead.
So we're talking, and he always wants to put Jalen Hurts up there. And I like Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
I like him. I think he's done a great job. But he's not special. He's really good. Yeah. Really good system quarterback. And what you said, I said the same thing. If everything is perfect for him, he's great. Yeah. Saquon Barkley had almost, 2,000 yards rushing last year?
He did.
Yeah.
He had 2,000.
So that made Jalen Hurts' job so much easier.
With the best offensive line.
With the best offensive line, with the weapons that he has around on the outside.
And
right?
The cool thing about it, too, is we live in an era where whenever you say things like this, it's called hating. As opposed to the era when we were in, it's called just telling the truth. Yeah. Like Jalen Hurts was this at Alabama. Jalen Hurts was a really good quarterback. All things weren't exactly great. He put himself in a situation where he couldn't close the door. He did that twice. He got benched. You saw who took over Tua Tagovailoa. He goes to Oklahoma. Right. Things are really good, not necessarily perfect. He gets his team to the playoff, gets a chance to do it again. He can't close the door. You get an opportunity with the Eagles. The Eagles situation was amazing, almost, but just came up short against the Chiefs. Last year, he closed the door, much better year, but everything was perfect. perfect last year, and it's not taking anything away from who Jalen Hurts is. He deserved to be drafted. He deserves his Super Bowl trophy and everything else. This is just being honest. He's not the first quarterback that has needed much more to be successful.
Trent Dilfer is a Super Bowl champion quarterback.
Brad Johnson.
Brad Johnson. I think Brad was a little better than Trent.
he was. Big Bad Brad, as he goes by, he was.
Wouldn't necessarily want either one of them, but I hear where you're going. Yeah.
But it's okay to be.
Rich Gannon got to the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Jeff Hostetler.
Ooh, Haas.
Yeah.
I just like his
Jared
name.
Goff.
Yeah.
Ooh, Ty Gurley, Brandon Cooks. Like,
that's what I'm saying.
It's called a team sport for a reason.
It is.
But I think people look at it as hating because you're hating on him. I'm not. No, we're just we're speaking facts about what the situation is.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when you look at Patrick Mahomes won Super Bowls when you thought he shouldn't have won.
Shouldn't have gotten there last year. I agree.
So there's a difference.
Yeah, he's an all-time great. There's no doubt. Who else is special then?
Special. So I had 3 guys I said were special. Mahomes was one.
Right.
I think, although the 2 guys haven't got to the Super Bowl yet.
So it's Allen and Jackson.
Yes.
Okay. Not the singer, but Allen and Jackson.
Yeah, those are the 3 guys I say are special.
Yeah.
Like I just think those guys don't need everything necessarily to be perfect for them to excel.
So you don't think Stafford would be in there?
Ooh, he's close. He's really close because he is. Yeah. But once again, his mobility is a little bit limited. I love his heart and his toughness, but he's not special like those guys.
Yeah, he won a Super Bowl already, and he's about to win another one.
Yeah, I think he's MVP of the league.
His arm is special.
His
arm is arm
his
talent.
knowledge is special.
Right, arm talent. I think he's a tier below Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, you're talking all time. You're talking about
just
more
period.
So
like when Aaron Rodgers was in his prime, he was
Okay.
like unbelievable. I think Stafford is
I hear that.
not quite as great as Aaron Rodgers was, but he's close.
Okay.
You're an NFC fan, and obviously a 49er fan. That's why we
Why I
connect.
gotta
That was
be
my
NFC?
because you're 49er fan. If you're 49er fan, you're NFC.
I don't
fan.
like the other teams in the NFC. I just like
Yeah,
the
but
49ers.
also too, when we were younger and we were watching, I was watching Fox because I like the robot and I like all the NFC teams. I didn't like the, I didn't like the AFC. I didn't like the AFC. I wasn't trying to watch the Bills, the Chargers, the Raiders. I wasn't trying to watch the Broncos.
Learning more
I
about
was trying to
Braylon.
watch all the
like
NFC
the robot.
games. I was trying to watch who the hell was Barry Sanders going against. I was also trying to watch in our division. The 49ers were my squad. I just love the NFC.
Okay.
So anyway, your 49ers in good position. Good ball right now. Looking at the upcoming schedule, they sit in 9 wins. They have the Titans, that's a win, I believe. The Colts with a 44-year-old Phillip Rivers, I believe that's a win
He's
now.
not coming back.
He already signed.
He already signed.
Well, he's not going to play.
What?
He
He
might
may
be.
play a series or 2. He's going to get knocked out. bro.
PCL grade 1
Okay,
from Riley
so
Leonard.
then that's another win. Then they play the Bears in 49ers, and I think coming off that Green Bay game, I think that could be a potential win, and they play the Seahawks. Where do you think the 49ers will do in the playoffs? Because they're going to make the playoffs. How do they stack against the other wild card and in the hunt teams?
Well, so here's the thing. When I look at I look at who can win the Super Bowl.
Okay,
That's what I look at.
So then skip the 49ers.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah,
You don't think they can win it?
I don't think the stars would have to align in an amazing way.
Lee, it's
in
so
order-
wide open in the NFL
It's
right now.
very
We have
wide
no
open, but
idea.
you gotta imagine what has to happen for the 49ers to win the Super Bowl without like 2 of the all-time great players being out.
I think you got to stop focusing so much on who's not going to be there and focus on who's there.
Yeah, we brought guys up from the practice squad. At
Right.
some point, talent starts to run out.
This is true.
So you
Okay,
can talk
okay, so
about
give
how
me-
great
so give
guys
me-
are playing,
so give
and,
me-
and
give me-
next man up.
How many teams can win the Super Bowl this year then? Because that's the next question.
Yes, I think there's like 3 teams that I see that can win it.
Okay, run
My
it down.
number 1 team is the Rams.
Okay.
Okay.
I think they're
I'd agree.
they're front runners to win it.
They're number 1 in Braylon's power ranking.
They are.
Yeah, gotta be. I mean, the
They
way
are.
they're playing, they're steamrolling.
Okay.
people.
Who else?
I still believe in the Lions.
Come on, Lee.
Are you on crack? I mean,
All right,
I
sorry
still
about
believe in
that.
the Lions.
Sorry
you're going
about
to tell me the 49ers don't have a chance of hell, but
But the Lions
But
do?
the
The Lions
Lions-
are a better team than the 49ers.
Oh, see, that's why they had you on the show. Fans, you got your guy here.
So y'all telling me
I'm just-
that wait.
No. What I'm asking.
No.
I'm just
You're
simply
telling
saying
me
if the
the
49ers can't win, if the 49ers don't have a shot, how do the Lions have
You
a shot?
are
It's more
telling
so
me
a
the
question.
Lions aren't better than the 49ers right now?
Well, just answer the question.
No, answer my question. Then I'll answer yours.
I don't know.
So the Lions are better than the 49ers.
I do not believe they are.
Are you guys just mad?
Do you watch football?
What is in your cup?
That's tea.
Yeah.
That's oolong tea.
You don't have a cup. Oh my,
It's oolong tea.
dude.
Can I just say
Based
one
off
thing
what
real quick?
metric? I'm just asking.
You've gone.
You didn't even let me answer.
Yeah. Here's what you've done. You've said there's 3 teams. You said the Rams. You said the Lions were second. You didn't say New England. You didn't say Denver. You didn't say Seattle. You didn't say.
Don't believe in any of them.
Hold on. You didn't say Green Bay that swept Detroit. You said
I was
Detroit.
getting ready to say Green Bay.
Oh, okay.
That was my 13.
Okay. All right.
So AFC doesn't have a shot.
No, I don't. You believe in New England?
I think the NFC is a better side. I just asked a question.
What I'm asking you.
But
You believe in
This is my show. I'm asking questions.
Stephen
my
A.
show.
Hold on.
I don't believe in Denver. Although their defense is phenomenal, I don't believe in Denver.
I don't believe.
How they've won games.
I do not believe in Denver. I've said all year I don't believe in Bo Nix.
you've
The
been
offense is very
consistent with that.
inconsistent. Yes, the New England Patriots, even though he's a young cat, I still believe in them.
Nah, I don't believe.
I believe in
Fool's
them.
gold.
Fool's gold. Well, in what
Okay.
in what sense? You don't think a second year guy can get to a Super Bowl? Oh, sorry, Dan Marino. But what do you?
Are you comparing this guy to Dan Marino?
No, I'm saying a second year quarterback has gotten to a Super Bowl.
But you know the good thing about that is we'll get our answer coming up this week
Real
because
soon.
the Bills and the Patriots play Sunday. That is the 1:00 game. That's the game. They play Sunday.
Yeah.
And if they beat them, that'll be the second time they beat the Bills this year. What about Josh Allen?
Monster.
But what about his team as a whole?
Not very good.
Not very good. Right.
See, thank you. See, this brother knows, man. 100%.
Not very good.
All right, let me shift gears.
He's saving Sean McDermott's job like every week.
He absolutely
Every
is.
week.
He's a monster.
Kudos to him. Though.
Let me shift gears because we're not going to agree on the football aspect, and that's all right. And by the way,
okay.
I hope you're right.
Yeah.
I just don't believe you're right. You just got done talking about San Francisco calling up practice squad members, and the Lions have practice squad in their secondary against Matthew Stafford this weekend. But I digress. There's a really good shot of you behind you winning, a world
Oh,
championship.
that's championship night.
That is championship night, all right? And kudos to
Club 7.
all the guys over there. And
and you got on the 2K4s. I know those shoes.
Well,
I had the Michigan.
I was going to say the human. I was going to say the human cigar right there, and Darvin Ham. But would you trade for
No.
Giannis Antetokounmpo?
Oh, I thought you was about to say Anthony Davis.
No,
That's what's coming out.
no. I wouldn't say that. Would you trade
like the glass man?
for Giannis Antetokounmpo if it required 3 players, as in Tobias Harris, Asar Thompson, Jaden Ivey, and 4 first-round
Done.
picks? Me too.
Done.
And that's coming from the world champ.
Stamp it.
That did it here, ladies and
A
gentlemen.
guy who's coached, a guy who's played.
Do
a guy,
it. As long as I can keep Duran
Yes.
and Cade, I would do that deal.
Who's the one other player you would try to keep? You get obviously Caden Durham for what they're building as a 2-man game. We really appreciate that. Who's the one other player that you would try to lobby for?
I try to keep Stewie.
Huh?
Not Ron Highland?
Jason Maxiell 2.0.
You think so? Okay.
I like him. I like he's developed a little. He's got better.
What is it with Stewart? Like, explain
Well,
Isaiah
you need-
Beef Stewart to me.
You need glue guys.
Yeah.
You need guys that don't necessarily need the ball all the time. And if you go get Giannis, Giannis demands the ball a lot. Kay's going to demand the ball a lot. And now Duran has developed into a 2010 guy.
Yeah.
So you got 3 dominant ball guys that you need people out there just to defend
Happy to be on the
and just
court.
make plays. You said
Happy to be on the court, helping
and
out.
make plays. So I think he's a necessary guy to have.
Like a Patrick Beverly type of not like that, but just more so. Yes, like Patrick.
I
Beverly.
like Patrick Beverly, but no.
But you
not
see what I'm
like-
saying? He's a player that doesn't need to score. That helps.
You say somebody else, bro.
I know that was PJ Tucker.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay.
For a guy who's been in the media as long as you have, I'm surprised you're still banging that microphone on the desk. If you could hold it a
my
little
fault.
higher, I appreciate it.
My fault. I'm sorry. I got excited. Y'all got it.
Shep gonna act like your daddy himself. Shep got some years on him.
What is championship material? You know exactly what it is.
Yes.
What does this team possess that is championship material in your mind?
Well, I think listening to how they deal with each other, it's really like a family.
Yeah.
Like they remind me a lot of our 04 Pistons, who we were like brothers. Like we fought each other, we argued, but at the end of the day, when it came to playing, It was all about winning.
Like this show. I mean, we argue quite a bit, but
that's
okay.
what it's supposed to be like.
I love that.
Yes,
I love that about
yes.
him. Yeah.
And I see that in those guys, and they really follow Cade. Like they like their best player.
Yeah. You'd like to play with him, wouldn't you?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's important. That's important. When you said they like their best player.
Very important.
That's important.
And I think they have all the chemistry and the makings to. Okay, last year I predicted correctly, of course, them winning 44 games. They did.
He told.
Wait,
I
well,
give
hold on.
credit. You
So-
did. He did.
You
He
really?
did.
You said they were going to win
He
44?
did.
You
Yes.
thought they were going to get a 30?
We hung out
30
last
win
year in
bump?
Rochester.
I
He
told
told. He did.
No,
did.
he
And
was
this is
on
before.
record.
Dude,
This is before.
let me have some
You
of that.
said it in the summer.
Let me have
He
some
did.
of that.
Shep said it
Good for you.
too.
I didn't say 40.
You said they were gonna have a good season.
I said 34. I never said
Shep making up
44.
I said 44.
I did.
And this
I
year
said 34.
I predicted 50.
or did you tell me 24?
No, I predicted 50 plus this
Oh.
year.
Listen.
They're rolling.
On their way, yeah.
They're rolling. So if the stars align the way I hope they will, they have an opportunity to get to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Let's say it's not Giannis. Is there any move that needs to be made for this team this year? Is there a move that you think needs to make, or is it a wait and see process for you?
It's wait and see.
Okay.
I've I've been close to the team, just watching and really rooting for them and watching how they've developed. And Trajan has done a tremendous job of being patient. And I remember when he first got hired, my buddy Tez was like, man, don't nobody want to hear that, talking about wait and see. I was like, bro, you can't just – every team, you can't go in and blow up.
Yeah.
Some situations you have to wait and see what you have. And I think he's done an excellent job of like, hey, no, I'm going to wait and see what we got. Let me – he tweaked it. He put some veteran leadership around. And he brought Tim Hardaway Jr. in and the other guys. And then, he tweaked it a little more this year. Small
maturity,
moves, but the moves that he made fit perfectly.
Yeah.
So –
you got the right coach.
yeah, you got the right
JB
coach, right
Bickerstaff,
demeanor for what you have. And I think it's a wait and see. I think you play this season out. If you can't get Giannis, there's no other move that I would make unless it's some Anthony Edwards or something like that happens. But those things don't really happen.
Yeah, you brought up something. Yeah, it was great when you pay attention and listen to it. You don't want to compare teams, especially when the team has already done something, because it puts unfair expectations on the team. But looking at that 04 team and what you guys had in terms of liking each other, actually being brothers, understanding the assignment, understanding what Larry was at, or Coach Brown was asking of you, and knowing that, you know what, there's something here, we can finagle this out, and we can be something different than the league is at this current moment. I think it's similar to these Pistons because the league is Hollywood Flash.
Well, what's starting to happen,
and the Pistons are like, nah, this is our little thing right here in downtown Detroit. We want this to be different.
We're good.
We're good.
Well, Shep, what's starting to happen in the NBA is they're trying to go the Boston Celtic route.
Yeah.
We're going to get two stars that's going to make all the money, and we try to surround them with pieces.
And shoot a lot of threes.
That just disgusts me. But anyway.
For what they paid, was it worth it in Boston?
You got a chip out of it. Can't be mad at it.
One out of
They're playing better now.
Don't matter.
They are?
Yeah.
And then Jason
they've won like 9 in a row.
You know as well as I do.
Yeah,
winning the championship,
as Los Angeles
whatever
Rams.
exactly.
Yeah.
They say, was it worth it? Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
To get one is worth it because listen, man. To get to the finals, you once you get there, you think like you feel like, oh, we're gonna be here all the time.
Yeah.
Don't work that way.
Yeah. Can I ask you the perception? What's the perception, do you think, around basketball as Detroit in a destination position? Like,
Well,
do you think players would want to come play because of Cade Cunningham, because of the culture, because of the Pistons' history, because of the city? What do you think adds to that?
Absolutely. I think Cade is the centerpiece of why guys would want to come here and play.
Yeah.
It's like, man, I can go play with this kid. He is young. He's talented.
You're going to make me better.
He's going to help me get better. Because, playing with a lot of, people don't understand. If you go look at all the guys that LeBron played with, they didn't get better. They got worse. Nobody got better playing with LeBron. Bron's a phenomenal talent, and he'll get you, in his prime, could get you to the finals, but everybody suffered around him.
That's an interesting point.
Everybody numbers went down. You can go look at across the board.
Because you have to adapt to the style of play that is LeBron, which changes night to night to night.
Exactly.
You gotta adapt to that.
LeBron is one of the few players that has never played in a system.
He is the system.
Yeah, you have to play his style of basketball. You have to. We got to get certain guys around him. You know, D Wade had to change his style of play. Chris Bosh suffered tremendously.
Yeah.
Yes, man. To a certain extent.
You know,
Especially
all
at the point
those
guard
guys.
spot.
The only guys that don't suffer are
Kyrie.
guys like Kyrie who are just gonna go get theirs.
Yeah. Right.
You know,
AD.
Anthony
Kyrie,
Davis.
AD.
He had to adjust, but he got better.
Like we're already top 15-ish players, obviously up without you.
Right.
So like this, we gonna be good without you. So you just let us know where we fit, but chill out.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
that's how it works. But Cade is a guy that you watch him play and people thrive around him.
Yeah.
Guys, you know, Beasley had the best season of his career with Cade.
Yeah.
You know,
It's funny. I've used that argument for another player in this town, but didn't win, and that was Stafford. Pettigrew had Ebron, all these different records that they set. Nate Burleson, Golden Tate, all the things they did. Their best years were
Cooper
with that
Kupp.
dude.
Did he get Galladay paid?
And you got Galladay paid. Cooper Kupp won, and Calvin helped him. All these guys help one
Yes.
another.
Yes.
Okay, but I'm sorry, Chris Durham doesn't catch
you
42
preaching?
passes for anybody else. So you're absolutely right. When you first got to the Pistons, you were a first round pick, and you were a star. Then you had to take a different role. How do you think you helped that 04 championship team?
well, of course, my leadership and my.
What does that mean, though?
Well, you know, we had a lot of strong personalities on that team. We had, and I always prided myself on being a truth teller, so I didn't really care. So everybody adapted to everybody's personality. Like if I went in and challenged and was like, "Yo, Chauncey, stop breaking the playoff, dude.
Yeah.
You know what we're supposed to do."
Yeah.
Or Rip, you tripping? Why you trying to shoot threes? That's not what you do.
Yeah.
Somebody had to tell
You're
me.
one of the best. You're one of the best mid-range shooters of all time.
Right.
Yeah, right.
So those are the type of things that I always said to people. Like I'll just speak my mind, and guys respected it.
Yeah,
you
that's what I
know?
love about you. Yeah.
And it made us so much better because we all felt like we could talk to each other and say whatever, and it wasn't personal.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, and it's unique
I
because
was
I've
just
been
gonna
on
say,
teams
you don't find that very
Now,
often.
you can't do that.
In today's game, I've talked to Darvin Ham. Me and Darvin talk all the time, and he was like, "Man, this is different."
Yeah.
Like you know, every team has a psychologist.
Yeah.
We didn't have a psychologist.
You were the
Exactly.
psychologist.
Every team has a psychologist, and every team,
Figure it out.
if you even raise your voice a little too loud at a player, they may turn you in, and you may have to go visit the psychiatrist, and you may have psychologists and talk about, hey, well, you know, he's been in a funk since you yelled at him about getting back on defense.
I've seen fistfights between teammates that had to,
Yes!
that had to then go out that following Sunday and play side by side on the offensive line. Or legitimately a quarterback had to throw to a wide receiver. Not me. This is not me. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. But
You can
or is
You're
it?
not speaking from
Or
experience.
is it? You know what I'm saying? Where you had this whole blow up and it's like this is said, that is said, this is done, and then all of a sudden on Sunday it's like you call a play. I know where that pass is coming. Don't be on that BS. Like nowadays, like Cassie just looked the other way. We watched the game recently where a quarterback looked off a tight end the whole game because of some inner stuff they got going on. It'll come to me.
Yeah. That ain't cool.
Oh man, oh my God. I've been looked up. Somebody looked me off before, but I went right up to him like, hey, don't fake me a pass. If I'm open, throw me the ball, bro.
See you in the locker room.
Yeah, I don't play that. I'm not gonna fake it. You know how this thing became a thing. They fake
Yeah.
to try to get the guy to go back to you
Yeah.
to keep it.
Yeah.
Look off.
Bro.
Yeah.
There's something going on in the NBA right now where I've heard a lot of coaches and front
Didn't
office
LeBron
people
create
talking about how foreign players seem to appreciate the NBA a little bit more than American-born players. Are you believing in that? And if so, why?
Well, because of their upbringing. You know, these guys.
So you buying into it?
I believe it.
Okay.
I believe it. I see
It was a dream to get over here and play this sport. Like it's like to get over to America, the promised land. It's a dream to go there and then have a career like a Vlade Divac or a Sabonis or insert the younger or the generation. Now the younger players in the country, it's like I know I'm going. I know this is what it is. This is home for me.
and also how they're treated when they're in those league, when they're playing in their little league teams or whatever. Those coaches are brutal with those guys over there.
Are they?
They come here and the coach can't say nothing to them. You get the best of the best. You're treated like a king here. Oh, I don't want to do what the coach says. Hey, whatever. But there, it's not like that. So it's almost impossible for them not to appreciate it more, because our guys, we come up in the these newer kids come up in the AAU leagues and they're not going to college, and I just think you miss something when you don't go to college.
Some of them aren't going to high school.
Yeah, now you're not going to high school.
No,
right?
they're really not.
It's getting out of hand, and I think you miss something.
Oklahoma City's won 15 in a row.
Rolling.
They won the other night in a blowout fashion without Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. They're 23 up and only 1 down.
Rolling.
How good are they? Because I know you watch a lot of hoops. Braylon does too, and I really respect that. But I watched them the other day, and I was blown away. It was like Shea Gilgeous who?
Dude, I watch them because they defend like crazy.
Yeah, they do.
Lou Dort is the ringleader.
I watched the ball being rotated, and every guy that rotated to the ball pressed up on the ball like old school. And I'm like, okay, that's why they win. You know, of course they're talented offensively, but they defend.
That's a buy-in, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
But when your best player does it, it's easy. And then you got a bunch of young guys that's just hungry.
Yeah. Give up 107 points a game. I would ask that to both you guys. Why is playing defense, giving that a little extra? Now, obviously, Braylon didn't have to, but at some point, he had to block, right? Right, as a wide receiver, right?
Hey,
So, Brandon, go ahead, Clay Matthews. What?
Why is that such a tough concept to grasp for some athletes?
Because what's rewarded today? What's rewarded? What does everybody talk about?
Offense.
How am I going to get to the league? I got to score.
100%.
Yeah, right.
I got to be the best offensive player out here. You know, not knowing that, you know, when you get to certain levels, everybody can score.
Yeah.
Like, you're not coming on a team with Cade Cunningham on it thinking you're going to be the number one option. You know? And that's happened to a lot of kids. That happened to the kid out of Ipsy.
I got you, Imani.
Imani Bates.
Imani Bates, yeah.
You know, of course, you were phenomenal in high school, but when he went down to Memphis, look, we got 4 other All-Americans.
Right.
Like,
it's also like it means that for lack of a better words, it means that you give a F.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, it means that you care. It means that you care about this game. It means you care about this team. It means you care about this contract. I don't have to like anything about you, but when I see that, I can go to war with you.
Right.
Like, we can go to war. We don't have to like each other, but we're going to respect each other.
Right.
And when you're on both ends of the court doing it, when you're showing me, now I don't mind getting this bucket and then sprinting on the other side and getting to the block, making sure I got to do what I have to do. That lets me know, you know what, he's in it for the reason that I'm in it.
Right.
So I rock with this cat. That's why that little bit goes so far.
One of my favorite sayings of all time is from a hockey coach, and he said, when I asked him, what do you like most about your team? And he said, the gas level is high. And I said, what do you mean gas level? He said, the give a shit level is really high.
Yeah.
So in other words, you're playing at both ends, which is something the Pistons. I know we're going to let you go here, and I appreciate you stopping by.
Thank you,
if you could play, I asked this of Braylon, if he could play with one quarterback, who would it be? I ask you the same thing. Without the Pistons, so you can't say Cade Cunningham, Jalen Durant. Who's the one player in the NBA you'd like to play
Right
with?
now?
Right now.
Jokic.
Why?
Nikola.
Because I know I'm going to get at least 5 threes in the corner every night.
You lunching.
Because he's going to find you every single time. He makes the right basketball player play every single trip.
So he's a unique fella, man.
He's so good.
I mean, he looks like he's slumbering.
This is the funny thing. You
Like
know how
he's carrying a table on his back.
Right. A lot of times we like watching games for the excitement. Like, we know he's going to see some posters from, you know, whatever. I love watching Joker because it amazes me at how he gets his business done out on the court and how fast he processes everything. Yeah. He was playing the Clippers one night, and the Clippers were like, okay, we're going to turn him into a scorer. He went and got 50. I was like, you going to turn me into a scorer tonight?
Sure.
But he is
I'll
like,
take those biscuits.
I mean, he's amazing to watch, dude. He's such a throwback. He's a throwback with a modern day twist because he can play the point.
Yeah, what is it? This dumb stats in a decade. He leads in every single category.
Bro, he's averaging a triple dub right now.
Yeah. And we marvel when a point guard did that, and rightfully so. Now you're talking about a 7-foot center doing that, a slow center at that.
But he's always like top 3 of my MVP ladder.
As it should be.
So I got SGA.
He's just so good that it's
Cade
like you
and him.
disrespect what he does because he does it all the time.
That's a good point. You
It's
take it
like,
for granted.
I put
almost.
him 3. What? Did you know what he did last night? He had 56, 12, and 10. What are you talking about?
And then we
But
still
he
go.
did that last year. No correction. He did it earlier this year.
Right, but we still go, it's okay. It's a normal Joker game. We do. The stats for this guy are astronomical.
Yeah.
man.
He leads the league in rebounding and assists. That's crazy at
he's-
7 feet.
I think the best thing about him is for whatever sport it is, when guys are doing astronomical numbers, what do we always say? Well, this era, it's a little more loose, it's more laid back. I understand. He's like the one player in any sport. I don't
You can
say
drop
that
him
to.
anywhere.
Yeah,
I don't say that about.
Yeah.
I don't. His stats. I don't be like, well, it's this era. And this. I'm
No.
like, no, that's him.
Because he's physical.
Like, so he gets that credit. That's high praise.
Man, he's a
Like
monster.
everybody else, you'll be like, well, they passed a lot, so I can understand him throwing for 5,000 yards. So I mean, he's averaging 36, but everybody's shooting from half court.
Yeah.
Like I don't say anything like that about Jokic. It's just he's him.
Yeah. It's interesting. You said the 3 MVPs, always in my MVP. You said him, you said Shea, and you said Cade.
Those are my 3.
You didn't say Doncic?
No, he doesn't guard anybody.
And you did, I
can't
know.
See,
I'm with you
love
on that.
him. I love him. He's
As a scorer, you
You
like
make
phenomenal
yourself so
talent.
proud.
I know.
Tell me you
I'm
played in
what
the
I've
said
90s.
forever.
Without telling me you played in the 90s.
Dude, but here's my thing. It's okay not to be able to guard, because I know guys that couldn't guard.
Effort.
But they tried.
James Harden?
He don't even try.
I know.
Luka, he don't even try.
Yeah.
Because he's like, shoot, I'm scoring 50. I don't need to. And that's
See?
the attitude that you're talking about.
It's brutal.
That bothers me.
It's,
So I can't
it's,
put
it's
him
a
in my
tough
MVP
for
lineup.
me. It's a tough watch. Everyone gets caught up in the shooting and stuff like that. But if he's just going to be a windmill, and let people blow right by him defensively,
The
no
thing
thank
about
you.
all those points and all those stats and all those things is we all know. Everyone in here knows. Like whatever you watch, whatever you play, you know this. Like how all those all those all-star performances, 70 points, 50 points, whatever it is, it's empty calories when you can't close the door.
Right.
So what happens with Luka is, all this stuff sounds great, but when you don't close the deal, when you get to the championship, and twice you fail, and now we're just looking at what you do in the regular season. I don't care that you do that anymore. I no longer Anthony Edwards. I love you. Like I no longer care about the
I'm with you.
craziness. I'm at the point where they have to turn that tide. And
Because
that's where I'm at with
That's
Luka.
that's truth. Yeah.
Because guess what?
Yeah,
When
that's
they-
why I liked Kobe so much.
Yes,
and that's
that's
why
what-
I hated Jordan. Hate him, but respected him more than
Scott.
just about anybody, just because
I was about to
playing
say,
both
we-
sides.
I've had this conversation.
Lost me with that when I was like,
His
Well,
is deep. His
no,
is deep.
I understand
Yeah,
why.
it's
but
a little,
yeah, I
it's
thought you
very
were-
deep when
yeah,
it comes
yeah,
to the
yeah,
Pistons, and you know that.
Yeah,
We've
I know a
had
lot of
that
guys.
conversation.
Dude, I was at the cigar bar. This one guy was ready to fight because he was like, man, Jordan ain't that good. I was like,
Oh, come on.
I say, look, brother, I know you're from Detroit. It's okay.
Yeah, right.
I know he broke your heart several
They
times.
want it to
Yeah.
be bad. They want it to be true so bad.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, sir, it's not. Like, stop.
Yeah.
It's-
Listen, just so you know, the difference for me, I admit he's the greatest.
Right,
Okay,
right.
that doesn't mean I have to like him.
No,
Okay,
no,
but I can
no.
at least admit it. That's a hard thing in our society today. If you don't like him, man, I hate Notre Dame. They don't belong in the college football
you a
playoff.
hater.
Man, I don't give a crap if you like them or not.
Right.
Do you believe they belong, or yes or no? I mean,
No.
we can't separate the two. You know what I mean?
No.
Bray goes, no.
No, they don't belong.
Dude,
Yeah.
these
Stop
guys,
whining about it.
That-
It's 72 hours. You didn't get in.
Yeah,
Let
right.
it go.
Yeah, we've got another one of that. Last thing, and I've said this 4 times already. I apologize. Jordan, what made him special? What made him great?
Well,
Because you were
for one thing, here's the thing that I keep telling people.
Ball hit. He was aerodynamic.
Because I love the Kobe comparisons.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
But the late 80s Michael Jordan, there was nobody like that.
Ever.
Ever.
Right.
Like, he was quick like me, with a 6'6",
Yeah.
210,
Could guard anybody.
jumping out the gym, could guard anybody, and was unstoppable offensively. Yeah. Like, there was no – like, we played pickup ball once, and I remember playing pickup ball, and I was like – I went and called my dad. I was like, yo, I ain't never seen nothing like this. Like, he's better than what you said.
Also, too, it came from an era when people were honest. Like, when you're talking about that late 80s, like, Bird and Magic were arguably the greatest players in NBA history with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and a couple of other names on that list. They all said out of their mouth, they said it then, they said it in interviews, they said Michael Jordan's the best player in the league. They had no problem in saying it. They still trying to bust his ass. In fact, they still did.
Right, they still
in
did.
88 and 89, they still, but they said it then. Nowadays, it's like, I don't know.
Yeah, right.
But you heard that from the greatest players of all time. Like, what are we even talking about? Why do we need any novices?
I don't need any
jump
more
on social
validation than
media?
that.
Yeah, but it always has to be something to throw out in the media to talk about. It's not even close.
Yeah.
Like, it's nobody close to this dude.
This comes from a guy who's starting backcourt in high school, played in the NBA.
Yeah, James Robinson, Hollywood.
His high school team. He said the best player he ever played against growing up was Chris Jackson. Am I wrong there?
Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf. 100%.
Best high school player I've ever seen in my life.
Politics got put. That's a whole
he
nother
was
tale.
a different animal, dude. Like,
could shoot from anywhere.
He was
He
like
cooked
Steph.
Jordan, wasn't he? He cooked Jordan.
Cooked everybody.
Well, for sure. But like the camp stuff when he was a kid.
Yeah.
And he came out, and that's when he knew.
Yeah.
He was like he was like 16, 17 when he cooked him in camp.
Dude, the dude could score on anybody. Like. I hold him. My one claim to fame.
Don't get on here to get the capping. You know how to get these podcasts.
No, they can look it up. They can look it up.
I don't want to be responsible for your capping.
I held him to 16 points in a tournament at Jackson State. That's when I got recruited.
Okay.
They were like, "Who was the guard guarding him?" That was me.
Well, that's one of your many claims to fame. We'll look at more like 2 rings, which isn't bad
They beat
either.
us in the state championship, though.
Yeah. Well,
it's not a bad loss.
You're a good friend. You're a good friend and a good man. Thanks a lot, man.
Thanks,
it's
my
great to
guys.
see you.
Thanks,
I
my
love
guys.
you. All
Always,
right.
baby.
Yeah, he's
Always.
the
Fellow
best.
number one out here.
Yeah, there it is. Fellow number one. You better believe it.
Yeah, man.
It's been too long.
All right, I'm out. Can I walk off?
Yeah, you can roll
go
off.
ahead, man. Can I
Make sure you.
depart like that?
Hey, do me a favor though. Just do me a favor. Tell your son I said hello, will you? He's a good man.
Hey,
Caleb's a good man. Absolutely. All right, quick timeout. That was fun.
That was a lot
That
of
was a lot of fun.
impromptu for him, by the way.
How about that? And he stayed for a long time. We don't have to pay him.
Usually standing up.
I know. All right, we'll get that check. Yeah, we'll get that check.
Lindsay, get in line.
We'll get that check to you pretty soon. All right, yeah. What's your address again? All right, we'll dive back into
the holidays is coming up.
into some football talk when we come back after this from Ben Johnson and R&J.
Oh man, corporations, government, even your company, insurance company will do whatever it takes to minimize their liability and withhold your compensation. You like that little tidbit I slid in there, Shep. So when something goes wrong, make Ben Johnson your first call. He is the fighter. He's been fighting for a very long time, but at a very high rate. Doesn't matter if it's a settlement or a verdict, they want all the smoke. So what you do is you contact him, venfights.com. Let Ben Johnson Law save you today.
If you're heading to the Lions watch party at Art and Jake's in Clarkston on December 14th, we've got something really special happening on that same day, and we'd love for you to help and get you involved. From 4 until 6 on Sunday, 14th at Art and Jake's in Clarkston, we're going to be collecting donations for packages from home. This is an incredible organization that sends care items to deployed service members and supports local veterans right here in our community. Art and Jake's is involved in it. Woodward Sports is involved in it. It's class all the way. Looking for a ton of items, canned foods, snacks, recreation items like books and sports equipment and electronics. But all the donations, please make sure they're unopened in an original packaging and at least 6 months before expiration for any of the food. So bring your items to AJ's Clarkston between 4 and 6. Drop it off on your way in to grab a drink. Watch the Lions take on the Rams and massively support our troops. They deserve it.
Planet Fitness now has even more best-in-class strength equipment. Join today for $1 down and save.
We're stepping it up.
We're not slowing down.
Finding new faith, new focus.
Love that new equipment smell.
So, you in?
Join the club today. Save when you join for just $1 down, $15 a month. Planet Fitness. We're all strong on this planet.
Like a frostbite straight from the divine. Cold rush on my skin feels so fine. Muscle freeze, the ache. No side effects, no mistake. Chill Sub-Zero. Icy and true. Feel the chill. It's all for you. It's not magic, just science play. Chill Sub-Zero.
Hunting season is almost here, Detroit, and your Lions are on the prowl. Make sure you're locked into Woodward Sports for all the Dan Campbell reactions, Jared Goff touchdowns, Amon-Ra first downs, Penny pancakes, Kirby picks, Gibbs big plays, and of course, Jack Fox's leg. Stay locked in on all your Lions coverage right here on Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Planet Fitness now has even more best-in-class strength equipment. Join today for $1 down and save.
We're stepping it up.
We're not slowing down.
Finding new faith, new focus.
Love that new equipment smell.
So, you in?
Join the club today. Save when you join for just $1 down, $15 a month. Planet Fitness. We're all strong on this planet.
You know how some things are so good they should be world famous, but they're not? Our house-made vinaigrette is one of those things. And the antipasta salad, we drizzle it over. Same with our hand-battered chicken tenders. Original recipe soups and pasta sauces. It's almost as if our original, world-famous Detroit-style pizza is mocking them. And that's not very nice.
Why do we fight? We fight to protect the innocent, to hold the powerful accountable, to bring the oppressors to justice. Why do we fight? We fight to secure and preserve our civil liberties, to get each and every one of our clients the justice they deserve, and to make the lives of real people just like you whole again. ThenFights.com.
To any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men and claim your throne for a king's treatment from one of our talented stylists. Open 7 days a week, walk in anytime. Just get to a Lady Jane's today and receive a precision haircut, scalp massage, hot lather neck shave, and a hot towel treatment. A haircut should not be a chore. It should be an experience. And that's exactly what Lady Jane's has to offer. Open 7 days a week, walk-ins are always welcome. There's always a location near you. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, it's wicked awesome.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Every Sunday, there's only one place to get all your kneecapping, hard-hitting Detroit Lions coverage. Start your Sunday with the Lions Weekly Report with Broder and Terry Foster. Then, the Lions pregame show with Neil Rule and Sean Baligian. At kickoff, keep it locked in for all the emotions of the game with a live watch party with the heavyweights. Then, recap the game with the Lions postgame show with Anson. Game days, there's no other place to be than Woodward Sports. Live all game day. Go Lions! It's bear hunting season, and Dan Campbell is hungry for some kneecaps.
If you can just get a hold of them and you start dragging their ass out to the deep, dark abyss, you can drown them.
The Kings of the North are back for another year of the brand new Lions. Make sure you're locked in to Detroit's #1 sports network for all the news and info on your Detroit Lions.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Everyone, and now with over 2,700 clubs nationwide, it is the gym for you. 50 metropolitan Detroit locations just in your own state. How about access to the Black Card Spa, where you can recover from hydro massage and other innovative amenities. Bring a free guest anytime. That plan is just $24.99 a month, but the regular plan is still just $14.99. We're all strong on this planet, and that planet is Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
Won't be long now before the Lions square off against the Rams. So what are you going to be looking for in the next drink that you have? It's going to be the Sun Cruiser Vodka Iced Tea. Why? Because it's real vodka. It's real iced tea. There's no bubbles. It's clean, it's crisp, and it's only 100 calories. It tastes great, and it's perfect for tailgates, couch gates, you name it. It's the drink for you. But please, drink responsibly. That was fun.
Yeah,
that was a lot of fun. I appreciate people bearing with us there. Sometimes things pop up. Braylon's so popular, and Lindsey I've known for a long time, and he's got a great personality, and you guys jibe so well. We were talking just before Lindsey came in about Phillip Rivers. Dude's 44, man. He's 44. He's a grandfather. Okay, not that there's anything wrong with that at 44.
Yeah.
I think his oldest son or oldest child is almost the age of Riley Leonard. But I think what people also need to understand is he may not play right away because we're not sure about Leonard's knee. It's a PCL grade 1, so he might play. But here's what I didn't realize this. Here's what Phillip Rivers has been doing lately. He's been coaching high school. He's been coaching, I think it's called Rios High School. And he's also been helping tutor some young quarterbacks in the National Football League. Some of those players are Drake May, Bo Nix, and one Riley Leonard. So it's
he's been locked in.
So it's kind of an interesting situation that the call. Like I wouldn't want to be in that situation, but it's an interesting situation that they go into as the Colts try to hang on because they've lost 4 of their last 5. Speaking of football, so I was wondering about this last night. I almost texted you, but I didn't want to ruin your night.
I've been mentoring some wide receivers around the league, just giving them little tidbits, especially like as they lead the college space. That don't mean I can go out there at 42 and make it happen.
That's right. Absolutely.
I mean, I can go out there and make it happen.
Yeah.
My mind can, but my body's like, hey, are you sure you want to run that post route? Like that's a real thing, man. And last time he played 20, and when he played in 2020, they bought him off the couch.
That's right.
That was off the couch then in 2020, and they make the postseason where they just missed by one. Actually, I think they made it. I think they missed and lost in the first round. So it's gonna be a tough situation. Don't do that to that old man.
Yeah, well, he's doing it to himself. So he's made the decision. I'm sure the paper helps quite a bit, considering I think he has about 10 children.
13, but who's counting?
Yeah, who's counting? Let me ask you this. Last night as I'm watching the Eagles, I was watching specifically Jalen Phillips, who played really well against the Lions in the win, but was basically non-existent last night. All right?
One of his plays led to an interception.
Okay. I guess I'm looking at it from what you're always telling me. Look, pressure is blah, 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 blah. Something's got to happen. So it's a fair point. Okay, interception. Howie Roseman's team has now lost 3 in a row. Their last win came against the Lions. So they've lost 3 in a row. They're 8-5. Not that they're in danger of losing the division, but they're not seen as the same threat. And I think he's still the best general manager in football. But is his reputation taking a knock at all? Like, Brad Holmes didn't do anything. His reputation took a knock, and rightfully so. Howie Roseman did something. One of the guys he brought in retired. Another guy he brought in, not at the trade deadline, had retired, Zadarius Smith. And now the other guy he's brought in has, I think, 2 sacks since they brought him over, which you can't always get caught up in statistics.
Right.
Do you think his reputation takes a hit because of the way the team is playing right now?
Why should his reputation take a hit? He won the Super Bowl last season with the moves that he made and he acquired before the season started and during the trade deadline. He did the same thing this year. He tried to make some moves. One of the moves didn't work. One of the moves has worked. I think Jalen Phillips has been decent at times for them. They didn't bring him on the team to be some superstar. They brought him to the team to add depth. Right now, Howie Roseman, for how the team is playing, it's not up to him to keep Landon Dickerson healthy. It's not up to him to keep Cam Jurgens healthy. It's not up to him to keep Lane Johnson, who's been out the whole season, healthy. Their offensive line has not played well this year. They've been injured this year. They don't have a sense of what they were last year in terms of running the ball and protecting for Jalen Hurts. And also, in that same regard, Howie Roseman, maybe he should have hired a better offensive coordinator. Maybe he should have helped Nick Sirianni out on that. Maybe Nick Sirianni should have chose a better coordinator. But I don't think Howie Roseman should be punished for offensive lineman woes, offensive lineman play, and then inconsistency at the offensive coordinator position. Because this is now Jalen Hurts' 5th year or 6th year with the Eagles. He's played with 5 different offensive coordinators. And every time you reset, it looks different. You reset from Shane Steichen, who's having success with the Indianapolis Colts, and it falls apart in 2022, if you will. Then you get Kellen Moore. It looks good. Everything works. The offensive line is cut. Everything is fine. This year, you have to reset offensive coordinators as well again, and then offensive line play due to injury or whatever. It's just been horrible this year.
Yeah. This is as wide open a National Football League. Well, maybe that's not even fair. You and I, probably on a weekly basis, we try and talk about which teams we believe in.
Yeah.
All right? Who are you buying? It's hard to come up with a number of teams that you're willing to buy into when you see them be so erratic. Is that a fair statement?
Yeah, it's very fair. Very
Who are you
fair.
buying into right now?
I don't even have a list in front of me, but I don't really need one. I'm buying into the Rams and what they are. Like, at both sides of the ball, offense, defense, we've talked about it. They have playmakers on both sides of the ball.
Despite the loss 2 weeks ago.
100%. I don't think that's a bad loss as other people think it is.
Okay.
I think Carolina Panthers, when it's all said and done, might be the team representing the NFC South. Like, when it's all said and done, that win will look, that loss will look a little bit better.
Okay.
So I'm buying into the Rams. I'm buying into the Packers. Like, I'm buying into the Green Bay Packers. Like, look, the Chicago Bears are a good team. They came there, they gave all they had, and they fell short. But when you watch the offense start to find weapons, one of the biggest things that we said about the Packers is I don't necessarily trust the offense and maybe Jordan Love.
Right.
Well, when you got a Christian Watson acting like he was a first-round pick 4 years ago and showing us something now 3 games in a row, I am believing that they may have found their number one wide receiver and still have some other guys and in the run game as well. So I buy the Green Bay Packers and also the defense. We've seen what that defense was. That defense,
Legit, yeah.
That defense is legit, and they give them opportunities, whether it's interceptions in the pass game or whether it's the rush that we know is led by Micah Parsons and Rashawn Gary. AFC, I got to buy the Patriots. I don't care about the rookie quarterback, second-year quarterback in Drake May. I buy Mike Vrabel. I buy him having been there as a player. I buy him having been to the AFC Championship with a horrible offensive team in the Tennessee Titans 5 years ago. I buy him because of that. And then the offense is humping on all cylinders. They got 2 running backs now that they're running the ball well. The offensive line, Will Campbell was a great pick.
Diggs has made a big deal for them.
That was one of the big things when they got him. Everybody said, Stephon Diggs, he's a culture killer. He's also coming off an injury. 2 things can be true. He may have been that with Buffalo, but he's not this now.
Yeah.
And he's operating at a high level. They got some tight end play. So I back them.
Like you said, the loss of Campbell does hurt them out for the year, lost a couple of weeks ago. Their defense is super physical. And I don't mean just because they're hitting guys borderline out of bounds. I just mean they're super physical.
Well, you heard what Vrabel said about that comment. He said, we coach, we teach. If they are close to that line, you lay the lumber. You lay the lumber and you take them out. And then outside of that.
So you're not buying Buffalo because.
I buy him. Like you can finally get me to admit I buy Josh Allen. Do I like everything about him? No, because I don't think he's a pure pocket quarterback. I don't think he's actually that good in the pocket, realistic. I think he makes magic and he makes things happen. Some people are that way. Patrick Mahomes is that way, bigger arm. But Josh Allen deserves the credit in being an MVP last season and backing it up with play. Because outside of that, I don't buy this defense. You can run on this defense.
Right.
You can pass on this defense. You can also get by their offensive line to get to Josh Allen realistically too, and they still don't have that number one wide receiver. That is why Dawson Knox had 120 yards last game. He was the number one wide receiver. So I don't buy them as a team, but I buy him. Like I buy him, I don't buy.
That's
them
a good
as
explanation because I buy their running game too. Okay, so
why won't they give the ball to James Cook in the red zone, especially from the 10 end? They do not give him the ball, and they struggle in the red zone.
It is odd. They did last week, and he fumbled, but look, I would still keep giving it to him.
Facts.
Okay, so I buy them because I think they've got 2 really good tight ends, Josh Allen and James Cook. I don't like their defense at all. Cincinnati was running on them. Joe Burrow, I thought, looked pretty good against him. Two interceptions. One was really bad. The other one was tipped. So I get it. You're not buying Denver either, and I get that.
Bo Nix isn't ready, and I know they're the same age. I know Bo Nix is older than Drake May. I know they're the same years in the NFL, and I get that. But their offense is stagnant. It is very inconsistent. They no longer have the run game that maybe was thought to have earlier since the loss of J.K. Dobbins. They've been trying to find it in R.J. Harvey, and he is a player, but he scores more so in the 20 end. When you're trying to go 20 to 20, there's a struggle. Cortland Sutton is the number one wide receiver. However, he doesn't have the most yards or most targets each game.
I know.
Yeah, one game it's Evan.
Mims, sometimes it's Evan Engram. Yeah, I mean,
and they're just trying to find it in the second half, especially fourth quarter, in a lot of those big games.
So it sounds to me like you're buying really only one team in the AFC. In New England, and
you could put Denver could be a 5. Like if I was ranking them, Denver would be 5.
Yeah, I will get to your rankings later in the week. I'm just wondering right now, an initial thought after the Monday night game, because I'm not buying Philadelphia like I did before. I love their defense, and I like their weapons on offense. But what you and Lindsay and I were talking about, it made me think about it too. And somebody just put it in the chat. How can you guys not be buying the Lions as contenders? With how wide open the NFC is.
Because the Lions have to get to the playoffs first. Like, am I buying them? Sure, but I have to buy the fact that they're going to beat the Rams or put on a show and make me think something different after they play the Rams. I'm buying the fact that they're going to go into Chicago at the end of the season when everything is on the line. I'm buying the fact that they're going to win 3 of the last 4 of their games so they can get to 11, because it's going to take 11 just to get in the dance. Unfortunately, this is another year like last year. It's going to take 11 from the NFC side to get into the dance with the 49ers, with the Seahawks, with the Bears, with the Packers. Well, they're going to win, no longer that. With the Lions, and then it's another one too. It's going to take 11. Yeah. And if you don't beat the Bears, like the Bears they still can get 2 wins out of this thing. So it's not about not buying the Lions. They're not even in the playoffs, and they're not even in the wild card spot right now. They're trying to get to that spot.
Yeah, it's a challenging navigational system for the Lions right now. There's no doubt. I mean, when you've got to go to L.A., that's not easy. Pittsburgh, I know they're playing for something. Their defense hasn't been terrible. I think Detroit,
where's Detroit health-wise,
should win that. I mean, look, if people are bringing it up, it's a fair point for us to bring it up. I don't care if Christian Mahogany's coming back or not. It's not like this is an infusion right away of what Frank Ragnow would have brought to you a year ago. But, and Minnesota's defense is stout, and we've seen that already. It's not like I don't think Detroit can win there. It probably comes down to that last game against Chicago, and those are going to be tough conditions. It's going to be very challenging for Detroit. It's not that I don't think they can do it, but to say that they're a contender right now might be a little bit forthcoming than I really am willing to go right now.
At the end of the day, they got a good win against the Dallas Cowboys. That game in itself wasn't necessarily the game that I thought it would be. They played well. They got a good win. But when you look at the Lions over the past 5 weeks, it's win, loss, loss. It's, never loss, but win, loss, win, loss. And it's this roller coaster of what are they going to be this week? What's going to be the issue this week? Or how are they going to survive and win this week? Like last week was the first time that they didn't have to survive. They pretty much led the whole way, and they controlled the tempo of that game. What does it look like for the Lions this game? That's the issue with the Lions right now as you're talking about the postseason, as you're talking about having faith that a team can do something that they have never done in the history of their organization, their franchise, which is win the Super Bowl or win a championship in the modern era called the Super Bowl. Why would I have faith in a team that is inconsistent? And we're talking about at the end of the year. So it was a good win for them in Dallas, but once again, the thing with the Lions over the past 5 weeks has been we have to wait and see what the next game looks like, because it's been different each and every week.
Yeah, it's okay for us to say they're not contenders when they have a 39% chance of making the playoffs and a 61% chance of being out. 34% is a wild card berth, 61% to pick between 2 and 18 in the 2026 draft. So I think it's justified for us to say we're not seeing it right now. We saw it against Dallas. I think it's great. All right, we've seen it at times, but in order for them to make it, you need to see that repetitively, and you haven't seen that lately. And if you have, I'd like to know which team you've been watching. Now, that doesn't mean you have to buy in. Some people think, somebody said, 3-1. Somebody said they're going 4-0. That's from Flinttown.
4-0, you get in.
Yeah,
4-0, you will get in. 4-0, you will definitely get in, and we will be having a different conversation.
Right.
But nothing about what the Lions have done so far this season gives me any inkling to believe that 4-0 is possible. Do I think they can go 3-1? Yes. Do I think they can go 4-0? No.
Really good point by Detroit Gunny. He says the Rams have no home field advantage at SoFi. I agree with that. I like them because of their talent.
Never mention home field.
We never mention home field, all right? I think, because remember, and Braylon has brought this up a number of times, last year they went into Philadelphia, and you could have made the argument they should have beaten Philadelphia in Philly in January. Wasn't an easy trip at all, and we're not tripping either when we talk about that.
I'm just looking at the rest of these schedules and seeing what these teams have lined up. You talk about the Lions and getting in. This is just with the teams that are right there, bottleneck with the Lions, which is the 49ers, the Bears, and the Seahawks. 49ers got Titans, Colts, Bears, and Seahawks. Like, they're already at 10 wins. I believe they're going to win 2 of those.
Yeah.
Just me. The Bears have Browns, Packers, 49ers, Lions. I don't think that they're going to win 3 of those. I think they got the Browns. I think they lose to the 49ers and the Lions, so that's
they
maybe
could beat the Packers, though. Bears could beat the Packers at home.
Can they?
I do. I think they can.
Okay.
They're going to overtime, if not for a poor throw and a poor decision by Caleb Williams, who I thought had a decent game. Okay, so I think they could go 2-2 there. And suddenly you got 11.
Seahawks have the Colts, Rams, Panthers, 49ers. I think the Seahawks win 2 of those games. Yep. They're already at 10, 11 wins.
Correct.
So that's why I'm saying it's not about – it's the way the schedules play out and where they already are. Unfortunately, the Lions have put themselves in the hole to where they are climbing out and playing catch-up. And a lot of teams have some favorable situations moving down the stretch.
Right. Really good point by Dante, 151. He says, are we forgetting the Houston Texans because of how well they played in the AFC? I'm not. I think I love their defense because I love Will Anderson Jr. I think he's just phenomenal. I think they're really good. I do wonder if they could go into Denver and win. I do wonder if they could go into New England and win, although defense travels. I'm not forgetting them either. I think they're a contender, but I wouldn't put them as a favorite. They're not even leading the division yet. They've split with Jacksonville so far this year. I do not buy Jacksonville. I'm probably more apt to buy Houston than I would be Jacksonville.
Yeah, what are we talking about? Like, asking me about Texans is like asking me about Tulane. They don't matter in the grand scheme of things. Like, are they going to maybe win their division? Sure. I think the Texans have a chance. I think the way that their defense is playing, C.J. Stroud seems to have found something and coming back off of injury. Sure, fine. They can win the AFC South. And then what? I don't think they're that good of a team on offense. And I think the running game, they're trying to figure out if old man Chubb with 4 different knee surgeries in the last 4 seasons is going to be it, or is it Woody Marks? Like Dalton Schultz just got hurt again. So I think that they can win the AFC South. But in terms of being a Super Bowl contender, like, what are we talking about?
I think if we can get something that shows by the end of the week, maybe Braylon's contenders and Braylon's pretenders, that would be really, really dope.
There we go.
Yeah, they're not gonna like it unless they had the Lions.
This is a really good graphic because the playoff odds, the Rams basically in. This is what you've just been talking about.
Yeah.
Rams are in, Green Bay is in, Philly's in, Seattle's in, San Francisco's in. So Chicago and Tampa are at 70%. Tampa doesn't really matter because the only way they're getting in is if they win the divisions between them and Carolina. It's Chicago that you got to watch out for, right? The 70%. And when we talk about contenders, this is what we're referring to. Yeah. If the Lions are at 36%, 38%, 39%, which we were just talking about, you can understand why there is a believability in some of these other teams, number one. And number two, it might be slightly different if we were talking about the Tigers 2 years ago in August and they had a 0.2% chance of making the playoffs and went on a run. That's hard to do in football.
Yeah.
Yeah. Looking at that 49ers schedule, man, like I really want to say 49ers would be your end. 49ers in Chicago, 49ers schedule down the stretch, like they'll be fine. They're going to have 11 wins
for sure
in the next 2 weeks. Like the Colts team and what they have, and then that Tennessee Titans team who snuck a win against the Cleveland Browns. That's 11 wins for them. The Bears is your end.
Yeah.
The Bears is who you're fighting for.
That's
you
the
better
team.
hope the Bears lose to the Pack again, lose to whoever, the 49ers on the road. It's going to be a tough game after playing the Packers. And Browns are a defensive team. Like, they're a physical team. So you hope the Browns beat up the Bears, Packers beat them, and the 49ers beat them. And there it will be. When we get to that last game of the season, you guys will be playing for that playoff spot.
And just as importantly, you got to take care of your own business. Okay? I mean, it's going to be a tough challenge against the Rams. We know that. Okay? It's not that I don't think Detroit can score. You brought this up yesterday. That the Rams gave up probably too many points to Arizona. Okay,
I think so.
And they gave up too
Michael
many
Wilson
points.
had 11 catches for 141, like 11.
So that
catches.
tells you something. That Detroit should be able to put some points up. How are they going to stop that Los Angeles offense? That's what I wonder a little bit about. I'm not worried about the next two, but it's the bookends. It's the Rams and the Bears. And I'll be honest with you, I didn't think much about the Bears. I wasn't a big believer either. But what they've done, Philly, what they've done, Dallas, and how they played even in a loss to Green Bay. If you're forcing me to look at how
loss.
What's that?
That was a good loss.
It was. If you're going to force me to look at, hey, Arizona scored this many points, the Rams scored this many points, and so did Carolina, then I can look at Chicago objectively and recognize their offense at times seems to be gelling a little bit, moving the football well. I trust their defense, but their offense impressed me against Green Bay, even though it was a loss. All right, we're going to take a quick time out. We'll get to some of your super chats. We'll get to a lot of things that are going on in the chat when we come back on the Braylon Edwards Show here on Woodward.
Scott Boras, shut up.
Yeah, Scott Boras. We'll get to that coming up next because there's all kinds of Tigers news from the winter meetings Tigers news, nothing's been decided, but there's been all kinds of people on different wavelengths when it comes to certain specific Tigers. Go ahead with Smoothie King.
Hey, what's going on? It's your boy Braylon here, and I want to invite you to be a part of something special, and that specialness is the Smoothie King High School Athlete of the Week. We love what we're doing. We love the brand. We got the next individual. Just talked to his high school coach today. So excited for that. Scan the QR code and get someone involved. But make sure when you recognize these student athletes that they're in Southeast Michigan, they bring that hustle, that leadership, and have the big impact in the community. And the impact in the community is one that we definitely pride above all others, man. Use that QR code above, scan and make it happen. But then also, Smoothie King has definitely gone out of the way to provide us with new ingredients, real fruit, real protein, to give you the desire you need and also refuel you and get you ready for the day and keep you going. Try it out and use the promo code Braylon 2025, and once again, you get 20% off the bill.
Pretty chilly outside, so you want to stay as warm as you possibly can. There's no better place to go to make sure that your heating is taken care of. You want your furnace checked out. Sharon's Heating and Air Conditioning, proudly serving Metro Detroit for well over 40 years, treating you the way you should be treated, is an expert in this field. Check out their website, sharonsheating.com today to check it out. DTE customers, gas customers get a free furnace tune-up through the end of 2025, so make sure that you schedule yours today. They also, on their website, give you free instant estimates for equipment replacement, online filter purchasing, and a whole lot more. Check out their website, sharonsheating.com, or call them today, 734-238-3805, and tell them the Braylon Edwards Show sent you.
Is that an octopus in your pants, or are you just happy to see me? See what I did there? Go Red Wings! From Octopi Experts, Woodward Sports.
Come to any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men and claim your throne for a king's treatment from one of our talented stylists. Open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Just get to a Lady Jane's today and receive a precision haircut, scalp massage, hot lather neck shave, and a hot towel treatment. A haircut should not be a chore. It should be an experience. And that's exactly what Lady Jane's has to offer. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins are always welcome. There's always a location near you. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles, and with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Like a frostbite straight from the divine. Cold rush on my skin feels so fine. Muscle freeze, the ache. No side effects, no mistake. Chill sub-zero. Icy and true. Feel the chill. It's all for you. It's not magic, just science play.
It's bear hunting season, and Dan Campbell is hungry for some kneecaps.
If you can just get a hold of them and you start dragging their ass out to the deep, dark abyss, you can drown them.
The Kings of the North are back for another year of the brand new Lions. Make sure you're locked in to Detroit's #1 sports network for all the news and info on your Detroit Lions.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Head to woodwardsports.com and click on Shop. Get the latest in Detroit sports apparel and exclusive Woodward Sports gear. Woodwardsports.com can get the whole team outfitted. Love the Pistons, Red Wings, and Tigers? We got something for you, too. Shop online at woodwardsports.com.
Go. Michigan, are you ready?
Yes.
It's the biggest pickleball event of the year. You know what? This is good. Just call it.
It's going to be
This
fire.
is the biggest pickleball event of all
It's going to be dope.
time. It's going to be
both. It's going to be both. Fire and dope.
Let's go. Man, you got to see what Shep is doing over there. He's cooking. Woodward Sports Wicked Pickle Open, January 9th through the 11th. Mark that on your calendars. We are kicking off the new year with a bang. Friday night, 7:30, the Woodward Sports Celebrity Tournament hits the court. All 4 shows are throwing down, plus local celebs, and it's all broadcast live. You already know Bray and Shep, they're going to be in the building. Then the real battle begins. 3 days of nonstop pickleball, men's, women's, mixed, and singles division. This is where champions are made. So you see that QR code on the screen, go ahead and scan it. If you're trying to sign up, you can also do that at pickleballtournaments.com or call Wicked Pickle at 734-331-3451. And I'm going to definitely need that massage chair after this tournament, Brendan.
Yeah, if you're a little sore after that tournament. I will be too. I mean, that's a lot of playing pickleball right there. Check out Massage Chair House in Bloomfield Hills, Michigan, the largest massage chair showroom in the Midwest, with the top brands for massage chairs like Ofinity and Osaki, located near the corner of Woodward and Long Lake Road. Experience luxury comfort with Dr. Eric Duncan, the Wellness Doc, creator of the top YouTube massage chair review channel. Book a visit at www.massagechairhouse.com or scan the QR code. Massage Chair House, your ticket to ultimate recovery and relaxation.
And we back.
Hold on.
Whoa.
Like I gotta read something. Like it's connected to me randomly, and it's the dumbest thing. Why are people so stupid, especially around the holidays? So I'm just looking at a little news. It says, let me get that going right here. 2 men are facing federal charges in connection with an early morning ATM robbery in Metro Detroit. According to the federal court, now I'm gonna save that part for the end. Investigators allege the group of at least 4 suspects arrived using a stolen Ford F-350, and then what they did was even dumber. Apparently, the suspect attached hooks and chains from the pickup truck to an ATM and used the vehicle to rip open the front of the machine, exposing the crash drawers inside. Authorities estimate approximately $138,000 in cash were taken, not to mention $80,200 for the fines. Now that's stupid, and then they go to Somerset and they go shopping right down the street, spent all the money, they got caught, they got arrested. Do you know what the suspects' names were? Like, I had to double back when I was reading this. Suspects' names are Dale Edwards Jr. and Braylon Marshall. So Braylon Edwards somehow is in that equation. Like, come on, cousins, what are you doing? You got me looking bad out here. Says that they legitimately stayed in Farmington Hills at a hotel, were held up, and then due to all the eyes in the sky, you idiots, they found them, they arrested them, and now they're in federal custody facing, they facing a lot.
Yeah, they're going to be, they should be going for a while.
Daryl Edwards and Braylon Marshall. Oh my God,
that's insane.
It's pretty funny.
That is very unique. Yeah, I see how you twisted that in there, and that's really good. By the way, somebody in the chat said the Lions own the Bears. They have won 4 of the last 5.
I believe
Chicago. Okay,
100%. No one's saying the Lions aren't going to go in there and win that game. They can't go in there and win that game. We're just simply talking about game by game.
Have not said that at all. All we've said was it is going to be a difficult path, and they need some help. And if you can't admit that, then I think you're looking with rose-colored glasses.
Here, just do me a favor. Win, lose, or draw with this game against the Rams. Win, lose, or draw. Okay, or lose, win, and draw. Like, I'll speak positivity into the air.
Okay.
Look similar to how you look when it was successful. Do some of the things that you did last week. Some of the things that had everybody on Friday raving and reviewing about Brad Holmes, the defense, the offense, Kelvin Shepard, etc., Amon-Ra St. Brown, the leadership. Exhibit some of those same things against the Rams so that even if you lose a game, you lose a 27-24 game where I can now take something out of that game and say, you know what? I saw this show up again. Jack Campbell played really well again. You know what? Aiden Hutchinson was able to get off the edge and create some problems in the game. The offensive line, you know what? They protected a little bit and allowed Jared Goff a sense of stability in the pocket. That's what we're saying. Because if I see that, now I can take that and I can couple that with what I saw against the Dallas Cowboys and say, hey, look, man, Pittsburgh Steelers and the Chicago Bears and
Minnesota Vikings.
And the Minnesota Vikings, because they're going to beat the Vikings. They're going to beat the Pittsburgh Steelers. They'll get to 10. What we're paying attention to is this game and that last game.
That's right. Absolutely. Because I'm giving them the other 2.
I 100%.
And you could understand why, but I would caution people. I gave them the Minnesota game earlier this year, and I was wrong. Okay?
True,
so if I'm going to lose, look, people always try to convince me that home field's a big deal. Personally, you know how I feel about it.
Yeah.
If I was wrong about them losing at home to Minnesota, and Detroit isn't playing as well or have lost more players, why would I automatically give them the win in Minnesota?
Yeah.
Right? I think they're better than Minnesota. That's why. So I was wrong before. It doesn't mean I think I'm going to be wrong again. I'm picking them against Minnesota. It's the bookends, like you said. It's the Rams and or the Bears. Somebody, and this is perfectly put, from Shogun Shua to Savage Slasher.
What a name.
Very creative.
Yeah.
Shogun, so he watches karate movies back in like the 70s, 80s. Also deal with a level of country and westerns.
Okay, I trust you on that. I believe you on that. He says if we can't beat the Steelers, Vikings, and Bears, we don't deserve a playoff run. So even if they lose to the Rams, to your point, they can still make it.
Yeah.
It's how they look, though. If they get run out of the building, then it does give you reason for pause, and I think that's okay.
Because then also, and I know we're done with this, the conversation is Super Bowl. The conversation that we had, we're talking about Super Bowl contenders on the heels of the conversation that we had with Lindsey Hunter. So when we're talking about Super Bowl contenders in that space, well, that's what we're talking about. Because we're not just talking about teams making the playoffs. Like if that was the conversation, then the answer is yes. And there's definitely a pathway to that. And I can see that based on how they play, good or bad. I can see the pathway to the playoffs for sure. Can they win the Super Bowl is something we're trying to figure out.
So I want everybody's opinion on this. Because I think this is common. This is a common thought by Lions fans right now. From somebody in the chat, the Lions always play better as the underdog. That's why I was worried about them being the number 1 seed last year. Well, I'll be honest with you. I wasn't worried about that at all. How many times, I don't know if you guys can help me with this, Brendan or Kool-Aid, how many times were they the underdog this year and won and or lost?
Say it again, I'm sorry.
Okay, how many times were they the underdog this year, and yet they won and or lost?
So basically,
how did they fare? Yeah, how many times were they the underdog? Because the belief is they play better as an underdog, and I'm not sure about that. I mean, were they the underdog at Green Bay in the very first game of the season?
Yes.
I thought they were. I don't think they played very well. Were they the underdog in Kansas City? I thought they were.
I think so.
Okay. And they didn't play very well.
They definitely were, actually.
Were they the underdog in Philly?
Yes.
They were. And they didn't play very well. So where am I wrong there, Brendan? You got it.
We are 1-3 as underdogs this year.
Okay.
Loss against Green Bay, win against Baltimore, loss against Kansas City, and loss against Philly.
Okay.
Brendan on it.
Good job, Brendan.
Way to be on it. Yeah. So I was close. I don't buy that stuff. I think it's a narrative. Yeah. And I think the narrative is this. We hear Dan Campbell say, and that's okay, by the way, Dan Campbell says it, and we hear the players say it. You know, our backs are against the wall. And they say it before a win, and everyone's like, yep, see? I told you, they play better when they're an underdog and their backs are against the wall, and look at them, they beat Dallas. They were favored to beat Dallas.
Yeah.
Okay? Backs against the wall from a record standpoint, I get it.
Yeah.
But this year, as an underdog, they're 1-3, man. I mean, let's be careful before we start buying into some of the things that sometimes coaches and players want us to buy into. That's all. Okay?
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. All right. Let's get to this Tigers discussion because in Orlando.
Oh, put the headphones on for this.
In Orlando, we've got the baseball winter meetings.
Oh, you sound so much smoother with the headphones.
You hear that, right? It's like, man.
We've got the baseball winter meetings taking place.
Compression.
And here's what Scott Harris had to say to MLB Television, MLB Network, earlier today about the Tarek Skubal situation.
If you haven't heard it, it's cringy.
Yeah, go ahead.
Do you understand why fans are worried that the Tarek Skubal window to win is closing? Fans in Detroit want to know, are you guys going to maximize the time while you have arguably the best pitcher on the planet?
Yeah, I mean, listen, that's a hard question to answer for a few reasons. One, we made the playoffs each of the last 2 years, so I don't know what maximizing the time is. We had a credible chance to win the World Series, and we put a really good team out there on the field. I think the second thing is it's a hard question to answer because I can't and I won't speculate on trades for our own players. Like, it's just not fair to the players. It's not fair to the other teams. And the second thing is there are 25 other guys in our locker room. There are 25 other guys that are, busting their butts to play on the field, and it takes all of us to actually get to the postseason. It's not a commentary on Tarek. It's the organizational ethos we have that it's going to take all of us, and it's going to take every little thing to be able to get to the postseason. Listen, Tarek's a Tiger right now. We're thrilled that he's a Tiger. He's coming off of back-to-back Cy Young appearances, and he's a huge part of what we're doing right now. So I understand the sentiment. It's really hard to comment on directly, but
no, I understand why it's hard to comment. It's just he's a generational talent. I mean, what we've seen the last few years from him is Hall of Fame level performance. So when you have someone who's so unique, it's almost, and I'm not going to ask you, are you taking calls? It's really an organizational decision that I have to imagine you're all having internally. And can that decision be altered by any outside extended conversations?
Yeah, I mean, the clearest way I can answer that is I don't believe in untouchable players at any level.
Yeah, usually we come out of these interviews or we come out of these sound bites and then you phrase it in such a way and ask me the question. I want to flip it and switch it because I think for you, it would be more important to get the commentary out of you first. When you hear this, you hear the whole conversation, where do you go in your mind?
Well, the first place I go is he's not going to be here past this year. So, but I've thought that and felt that for a long time. The problem is, I mean, I think there's a lot of people who feel like this is very cringeworthy.
Yes.
I think this is very front office speak. To me, I mean, I don't cringe at it.
I meant to Scott Boras. My apologies.
Yeah, that's all right. I mean, Scott Harris, I think, is doing what he feels like he has to do to cover his ass. Okay? And I think most people would do the same thing. Now, I know as fans we don't believe that because fans, what we want to hear is, we love Tarik Skubal. He's the best pitcher in the world. We're going to do everything we can to keep him. All right? It opens more doors for you. The 25 others, and it takes all of us, is what I think makes a lot of people shake their head a little bit.
Yeah.
Remember what he said right after it. It's not a commentary on Tarik Skubal. He's not going to be here. I'm just telling you. They're not paying him $400 million, folks. So I hope people understand that. And for people to try and sit there and say,
breaking
just
hearts
pay
out
him.
there, Shep.
Well, I mean, look, I hope I'm wrong. I don't see it. I don't think there's anybody in the baseball industry who sees it. Okay? And when you hear people go, just pay him the money. Okay. I mean, easy for you to say, and quite honestly, it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense to pay him $400 million.
In terms of how the success has been thus far?
Yeah, I mean...
Because you pay $400 million, you're not going to get too much further than you've gotten so far. Is that what the thought process is?
If you're going to pay him $400 million, you better support him with better players than you have right now.
Which costs more money.
Which costs more money, and they're not going to be able to do that.
Scott Harris at this podium when he's having these conversations. Is there any part of him that is perturbed or maybe disappointed that he didn't move Tarik Skubal at a different point in time to maybe receive or recap more for him? Or is it going to be what it is?
Yeah, that's a really good question. I don't know the answer to that. He's a tough read. What bothers me more than this is that he has basically also come out, Chris McCoskey in the Detroit News had an article about this. He has come out and said, look, the strength of their team or their offensive improvement is going to come from within. Yeah. I think that should bother people more than the Tarik Skubal hinting and tap dancing around what you really want to hear. Because if it's going to come from within, I'd love to know where.
Yeah.
Because I don't see that right now. They don't want to block some of their younger players, Kevin McGonigal, Max Anderson, Bryce Rayner, Max Clark. They're going to do that. I mean, you would think, if you make some type of massive trade for Tarik Skubal. I'm not making a trade for Tarik Skubal for sending Tarik Skubal someplace if I'm not getting major league talent. Yeah. And the Dodgers' suggestion is, somebody in our group chat said, I don't mind it. Okay, I mean, I'd love to know if you recognize any of the players that they would be offering. Like, do you know how good Joshua DePaula is? Do you know how good Zaire Hope is? Do you know how good Eduardo Guerrero is? Do you know how good Alex Freeland is? I mean, these are guys who are at the high A level, some of them. Freeland, not so much. He's played in the majors. But you outside of Emmett Sheehan, who's only been 1 year in the league, who are you getting? So I think they need major league ready talent, not guys at high A and A ball myself. But I understand why Tigers fans are frustrated with it. I just think it tells you more and more. The more he talks, the more you recognize I just don't see how it's happening, Braylon. And I know that's disappointing for Tigers fans. I don't blame them.
Yeah, no, I mean,
I don't know what they expect a general manager to say when they're asked that question.
It's just a lot of cheese for a team for this particular player in Detroit, and you know how good he is. You appreciate how good he is. However, Terrence Cooper, what did he win last year? 12 games? Had multiple losses because of what he wasn't getting from the offensive side of the ball or the bat. So just because you pay him $400 million, just because he becomes better as a pitcher, there's no guarantee based on the roster. Getting back to making moves and trades and things of that nature. Also, if the team trades for him right now, they're legitimately not going to give you the best parts that they have because they know that you're in a situation where you're trying to move him and they got you by the short and curlies to a certain extent.
Well, that's part of the problem for waiting as long as they've had to, and I understand it. I mean, and you're right. I think people recognize starting pitching and wins don't equate to greatness. Okay, Tarek School had 13 victories last year. Great, didn't lead the team, by the way. Casey Mize led the team. Yeah. Casey Mize had 14 wins. All right, he's the best pitcher on the planet. Full stop. He's one of the best lefties the Tigers have ever had, period. You have to ask yourself, can you spend that much money? Are you willing to spend that much money? Is it worth spending that much money? For the Dodgers to be in the conversation would piss me off even more because of what they've got. Yamamoto and Snell and Glasnow and all these guys,
Edwin
right?
Diaz as of today.
Yeah, Edwin Diaz. Just $3 million more than the Mets were offering. I think you said it to me in a text.
Money
wins.
In sports.
Yeah, money wins.
You see Shohei trying to learn how to pitch left-handed?
I wouldn't put it past him.
Stop it, Shohei.
I would not put it past him.
Yeah, this Dodgers thing is crazy, though.
Isn't it, though?
Because now since the salary cap is fake in baseball, so now they're getting exposed to a certain extent of the manipulation of this, like just stacking and stacking and stacking and paying and paying. Like, what are you going to do with this Dodgers team besides pray there's an injury?
Just out of curiosity, do you believe in untouchables in sports? Because that's another thing that I think irked Tigers fans. That he doesn't move. He doesn't believe there are untouchables. Yeah. So that's a pretty bold statement, but he's stood fast by that for a long time.
Patrick Mahomes is untouchable. Josh Allen is untouchable. When Brady was in the league, he's untouchable. All quarterbacks, by the way. Like it would be the quarterback position in football, and then obviously in basketball, stars move all the time in basketball. That rule's off the table, unless you're Shai Gilgeous. I think he's untouchable.
I would have said the same thing about Giannis Antetokounmpo a long time ago, and yet there is that possibility, right?
It's a real one.
Yeah. So I think it's not that you're trading these guys. It's just that these guys are moving on and going someplace else. I think if teams can have enough of Tom Brady, who ended up going to Tampa, or a Joe Montana of the past, right? Yeah. If that's the case, who says nobody else can be moved? Yeah. I think they can be moved.
I think, to your point, no one's untouchable because what happens is at the end of a reign or certain situations, if you have a coach and a GM that can convince the owner otherwise, or you get a new situation, you have a new GM, here's a new front office. All right, coach, look, I know he's done this for the team, and I know he's been the staple. I know he won you a couple titles, but if we move him, then we can now take our situation and go this way. So maybe that untouchable thing is a thing of the past.
Yeah, I think it's probably not something that you want to constantly admit. If you're having the conversation about a player who is beloved and is your best player, and is considered the best at what he does. We all want the best at what we have. I got the best partner to work with. I've got the best running back. Why were so many people pissed off that Barry Sanders didn't break Walter Payton's record, didn't set the record instead, or win the rushing title when Christian Okoye overcame it against Kansas City?
Because they always want, but not always, because they want Detroit to put their stamp on something that is the best.
100%. Couldn't have said it any better. That's why everybody wants to hold on to this guy. I've got the best.
Yeah.
All right? You may have the highest payroll, Mets, Dodgers, but I've got something you want.
Yeah.
And you're going to lose that. Because then you're going to look at your roster and go, holy crap, who else do we have that anybody wants?
Look at it like that now.
Yeah, that's the problem. Quick timeout. After this from Les Stanford and Jack's Car Wash.
And you know what? Let's do a double.
Let's double up.
Let's double. So Les, Dr. Pierce.
Double? You're talking about a Kate Cunningham here? Is that what you're doing?
Hey, let's rock. Hey, you know, this is the Jalen Duran ad read segment. So we'll start with what Dr. Pierce and
Jax.
All
right, say less.
We'll rock there and then Les and Buddy.
Attention sports fans, don't miss expert sports injury insights from one Dr. Jeff Pierce of Michigan Sports and Spine. Catch him every Tuesday on Big D Injury as well as Thursdays right here on the Braylon Edwards Show with Shep, where he shares his top tier advice. And also, I love the videos that he shows. He really breaks it down at high entry level and then lets you see exactly what an injury is for the players that you love so much. Trust the guy we trust, and that's Dr. Jeff Pierce, and he's at Michigan Sports and Spine. You can reach that at MichiganSportsandSpine.com. And also, let me tell you about Jack's Car Wash. Jack's Car Wash is the #1 car wash in the state. It does not matter that winter is here, and winter is definitely here. We're not waiting until the 21st. But you know what? You still want your car to look good for the daytime, and that's where you go. So go to Jack's Car Wash, and we'll even get you a free car wash. Text WSN to 888-522-1729. Join the unlimited plan and take advantage of all the perks of being a member, where you can share in all the 40 locations around the state. Do yourself a favor. Go to www.jackscarwash.com.
Speaking of cars and trucks and SUVs, no place better than Les Stanford. LesStanford.com. Right now, look at the great deals they got at Les Stanford Buick GMC. The 2026 Silverado, $189 a month plus tax. It's hard to believe, but it's true. The 2025 XT6 Cadillac, $359 plus tax. Or the sharp-looking Buick Enclave, 2026 version, $399 a month plus tax. Les Stanford, check out their inventory today. You can do it without worrying about handling the snow. Go to their website, lesstanford.com. Speaking of websites, Buddy's, I'm hungry. Buddy'sPizza.com is the place to go. And if you put a slash in there and put catering next to it, you'll be able to see their catering menu. Right now, they've got great deals for you taking place if you want to have some type of holiday party. If you own a business or you just want to have people over, have it with Buddy's. They have dine-in, all-you-can-eat party packages starting at just $15 a person. Or if you cater and you use the promo code HOLIDAY20, you're going to get 20% off your order if it's $200 or more. That's Buddy'sPizza.com today.
You know how some things are so good they should be world famous, but they're not? Our house-made vinaigrette is one of those things. And the antipasto salad, we drizzle it over. Same with our hand-battered chicken tenders. Original recipe soups and pasta sauces. It's almost as if our original, world-famous Detroit-style pizza is mocking them. And that's not very nice.
Like a frostbite straight from the divine. Cold rush on my skin feels so fine. Muscle freeze, the ache. No side effects, no mistake. Chill Sub-Zero. Icy and true. Feel the chill. It's all for you. It's not magic, just science play. Chill Sub-Zero.
It's bear hunting season, and Dan Campbell is hungry for some kneecaps.
If you can just get a hold of them and you start dragging their ass out to the deep, dark abyss, you can drown them.
The Kings of the North are back for another year of the brand new Lions. Make sure you're locked in to Detroit's #1 sports network for all the news and info on your Detroit Lions.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Dinner plans at Sizzle. Head to Black Rock Bar and Grill, home of Steak on the Stone. And that Steak on the Stone is amazing, ladies and gentlemen. 755-degree volcanic rock. That's how you cook it to the perfection that you do like. The whole new menu, look what they did, man. They've added some new sizzle, but then they kept some of the same as well. The prime sirloins, they're here to stay. I appreciate that sound effect, Shep. Not just the meal, it's a top rock experience. You can also get the all-you-can-eat platter still for $20. Don't forget the holidays are among us. You want to give a gift card, that's the gift that sizzles. You buy it for $50, you get $10 on it. It's a total of $60. And also, you know what we say, we only partner with the brands like to partner with our fans. Black Rock Bar and Grill will give you 20% off if you just mentioned Woodward Sports, it's the place that still sizzles.
Speaking of sizzling, you want to look sizzling while you're coming out of your place you get your hair cut? Yeah, that's it. That's that is Lady Jane's. Uncomplicated haircuts for men. They pride themselves on that. You walk in, you sign in, the next thing you know, you're in the chair, you're getting your hair washed, and you're getting it cut perfect. Just like you asked for it. You're looking handsome, you're looking clean, you're looking fresh, you're looking sizzled. Lady Jane's open 10 till 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It is wicked awesome.
Why not make the college football playoff or the NFL playoffs a little more interesting? If I told you you could place any bet up to $1,000 and if you lose, you get that bet back, would you think I'm crazy? Scan this QR code. Enter the code Woodward1000, and if your first bet doesn't hit, you'll get your deposit bet back up to $1,000. That's right, up to $1,000 back just for giving it a shot. Minimum bet just $20. Download the Caesars Sportsbook app today, the official sportsbook of Woodward Sports. Use code Woodward1000 or scan the QR code on the screen.
Yeah, we bet.
I don't think this topic ever goes away, and that's the college football playoff. Who got snubbed and who is ticked off? Well, we know no one was more ticked off than Notre Dame. They made it very well known. Recently, or just yesterday, I should say, their athletic director took it a step further. And what he had to say about the ACC. Listen to this in case you missed it. Go ahead, play it, Kool-Aid.
What role did the ACC play in any of this, in your opinion?
Well, I would tell you, I mean, again, I have tremendous respect for Miami. You know, great team, great school. Their athletic director, Dan Radakovich, is a good friend. And all the teams in the ACC, great, wonderful universities. We have no gripes about any of the schools in the ACC. But we were mystified by the actions of the conference to attack, their biggest really business partner in football and a member of their conference in 24 of our other sports. And I would tell you, Dan, I wouldn't be honest with you if I didn't say that they have certainly done permanent damage to the relationship between the conference and Notre Dame.
What do you mean?
Just we didn't appreciate the fact that we were singled out repeatedly and compared to Miami. Not by Miami. Miami has every right to do that. But it raised a lot of eyebrows here that the conference was taking shots at us. And, that's just not something we chose to do. We wouldn't choose to do that in the future, and people might disagree with us, but that's just not something that we'd be comfortable with. And again, we have no problem with any of these teams. These are all great teams. You look at those teams, Miami, like I said, great season. They beat us. You think about Alabama, nobody's had more success in college football over the last decade than Alabama. But Dan, you follow this sport so closely. Everybody was saying that we were one of a handful of teams that could win this whole thing. Yeah. And now we have 0% chance. Even Nick Saban, nobody knows more about college football maybe in the history of the world than Nick Saban. And he said it yesterday, like, how is Notre Dame not in this? I mean, everybody is just kind of confused and perplexed. And we don't have good answers for the kids on our team, for our student athletes.
Are you going to reevaluate your relationship with the ACC, the overall?
Okay.
Boo-hoo!
Yeah. There's an awful lot of wine. He's not looking good in this whole situation.
Boo effing who? Like, get over it. You guys did get in. At the end of the day, you didn't get in because you're not part of a conference. Yeah. Like, head-to-head. One, you're not part of a conference, and you lost head-to-head. You lost to Miami, who got in. And you know what happened with Miami? Miami had a conference to lobby for them. And it's the same conference that you spurned in 2020 when you got in. They let you be a part of the conference. You got in. You got in the college football playoff. And then after that, it was like, no, we want to go back to just being football independent. But, you can have these other sports. You can have all these. We don't care about the other sport. Football is the straw that stirs the drink. Right. That's what brings in the cash. And you don't want to give up your school, and you're lobbying on by yourself, and nobody cares. The ACC lobbied for Miami to get in because there's a conference. There's more schools. There's more backing. Right. You don't have a conference, so you don't have anything to say, and you lost your head-to-head. This reminds me of when Michigan didn't get in 2006. Michigan loses to Ohio State, 1-2 game. They lose. What happened? SEC lost. Florida lobbied. SEC lobbied for Florida. Meanwhile, we didn't say anything. It was like, we'll let the nature take its course. Well, it took its course because the squeaky wheel got the oil.
Hey, what the hell does permanent damage mean? Anyway, they have an agreement with the ACC, where they have to play a minimum of 5 ACC teams a year. You looked up their schedule. They're going to do it again next year. What I would ask him this.
The who's who of 3 and 8 teams.
Yeah, 3 and 8 teams. Good way to go. Here's what I would ask the athletic director: if you were Miami, and that conference was lobbying for Notre Dame, when you don't play in the ACC in football, you do with your 24 other sports, but you don't in football. How would you feel if you were the athletic director at Miami and you were one of 17 schools in the Atlantic Coast Conference, and they were lobbying for somebody else? Is Jim Phillips, who's the commissioner of the ACC, is he supposed to not lobby for Miami? Why would he lobby for Notre Dame?
Exactly.
I'm just wondering, why would he do that? Notre Dame's not part of the ACC in football. They're part of the ACC in other sports. We're not talking about women's basketball here.
Facts.
It makes no sense to me.
Facts.
Shout out Coach Niall Ivy.
I guess I don't understand why, and what's the permanent damage mean? We're not going to play any ACC teams. You just signed a contract to play with Clemson. Sorry, I'd love to know what kind of
hot air.
Yeah, what's he holding over the ACC?
It's hot air. It's basically they gave him an interview, they gave him a platform to go in there and whine like a baby. So he's going to go up there and he's going to say all the things that he can to persuade you to have some type of compassion for Notre Dame. The problem is nobody in this country does. Because to be honest, outside of Notre Dame, nobody really likes Notre Dame. And we know how that feels. So that's not me. Like, outside of Michigan, people don't like Michigan either. So I get it. They don't like you.
Yeah.
And when you come on here with the independent swag, but you're trying to beg people to show you some mercy, you got to be a part of a conference. And this has been the conversation for a very long time.
It does hurt you if you're not. I think that's pretty evident. And I'm surprised that they've taken this tact, but maybe I shouldn't be. Meanwhile, Vanderbilt feels like they got cheated a little bit. Their athletic director handled it much differently. Listen to this response on them not being part of the CFP 12 teams.
And, we happen to be on the wrong side of that in this moment, but that's no one's fault except for our own. We had our opportunities and we didn't do enough, and so we are not victims in this process. Our ownership is in coming up short. I think it's a reminder of how critical every moment is, every snap, every possession, and there's a lot to learn in this season because we want to be back in these moments, but. As it is, we'll spend time in the off season trying to get the system more into focus with where the game has gone. In the meantime, we're gonna celebrate the hell out of going and playing in Tampa and having some fun together one last time.
Love that,
Glorilla.
Yep, love that.
Sorry, so I picture
Absolutely
Brandon.
love that.
So I picture Brandon Ingram. I know they're dating that. One school was we're Notre Dame. How did you not let us in? The other school, they look, man, we appreciate the opportunity. We'll go play who we have to play, but don't worry. Next year, we're gonna get another crack at this. But I want you to remember how we handled the situation. We're a great representation of. Guess what? A conference. And SEC is not always nice things said about them. Vanderbilt, they represent the ACC well in that particular, and the SEC well in that particular moment.
Yeah. That's a team that played a pretty damn tough schedule itself. Ended on a roll. It wasn't the biggest roll like Notre Dame ran off 10 straight wins, but they still ended with 3 straight wins over Auburn, Kentucky, and Tennessee. I'm not telling you that they're going to blow you away. They're a fun team to watch. They're a good team. I don't think they're a great team by any stretch, but the way they handled it probably does them a lot more favors moving forward.
Also, I appreciate hearing from the coach, and I think what the Notre Dame situation was, like, I didn't hear from Marcus Freeman. I don't know how Marcus Freeman and his team feel. I don't think Marcus Freeman would be the level what the AD is. I feel like the AD, we know how some ADs are. They want to get in that microphone. They want to get on that TV, and they want to let that ego and that swag, take over the room. And I think that's what this is. I didn't say that you did, but I want to say, like, that's the energy. Like, that's what I felt. Meanwhile, it's tough. Like, let your coach speak on that regard. It's almost like when you get these,
because he can talk for his players too. That
and
he's
the
had
energy,
discussion with his players,
and the energy, 100%.
Yeah.
It's like when you get these governors on TV or these mayors talk about their teams.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear from the governor of Cincinnati or what the Bengals are going to do against the Chiefs.
Right.
Who cares?
Right.
I don't want to hear from the AD and this, that, and third, and you guys got screwed. You don't even understand football.
That's
right.
right.
It was very clear in the beginning when he first started. Well, you know, Nick Saban, who's the smartest man that ever, it was a part of college football. Well, he even said that. That let me know you don't know anything. Right. You're leaning on Nick Saban and and the masses are saying nationally.
Some of them don't even spell the nickname right, for crying out loud.
Facts.
Makes no sense. How about the that's a really good take, man. I'm glad we played that. Thanks for that,
good stuff,
Kool-Aid. Good stuff. Do we have any super chats before we're out of here?
We got some super chats in
Go
here,
ahead,
man.
quickly.
So we'll fire away.
Yep.
Randall Smalls, $5 super chat. Number 2, Crown. He says, give me a great OL, and I like Rivers. Put me in, coach.
Give a great offensive line, you like Rivers? I mean,
I don't.
Look, I mean, he knows the game. We know that. He has the sight. He's one of those guys that's flirting the lines of Hall of Fame. He did this song and dance 5 years ago when he got that Indianapolis coach. But, you know, those years start to stack up. You know, I know he's been coaching and he's been around it. That's another thing, too. Let's just look at the rest of the Indianapolis coach schedule. Like, what type of defensive ends are going to be chasing this old-ass man around? So.
Yeah, look, 15 years ago, I liked him a lot. There's a reason they signed him to the practice squad first and foremost. Okay.
Yeah,
Next.
I feel like this is Derek Carr 2.0 loading.
Ooh.
Yeah, but Michael Wary, $5 super chat.
I'm taking Phillip Rivers
trying not to
over
look at y'all.
Derek Carr.
Yeah.
The Colts are so cooked. He said Rivers
are,
should have stayed retired. He wasn't that good the last time he was in Indy.
Got a chance to make money though. Make some paper.
Stick with the Colts, and this is something that Chris Ballard may be it may be something coming down the pipeline with him as a front office guy and as a GM. Like, you legitimately sacrificed everything for Anthony Richards because people told you he had the ability to be this great quarterback. Nothing about his game, nothing about his footage ever suggested that he was going to be successful at this level.
Yeah.
But you chose to go get him with the number 5 pick. Then you chose to make the move with Sauce Gardner, and you gave away all your first round picks.
That's
so
right.
now you're cooked with your draft capital, and then you sacrifice everything because you said Daniel Jones is a team that can lead this quarterback. Whether right or wrong, we'll never know. But you made a lot of moves, and next year, like this year, the season's over, and next year, you're in grave trouble.
And by the way,
you're in trouble.
Look at who they're playing.
Yeah.
You're right. I mean, Phillip Rivers, if he goes out there and takes a snap, kudos to him. They're playing the Seahawks defense real. They're playing the Niners, who are playing well. Jaguars defense isn't terrible. Then they close with Houston's defense. Super real.
If I'm Phillip Rivers, I'm like, nah, I'm cool.
Dude, seriously. I'm grabbing a Sun Cruiser, vodka iced tea, and checking out
He doesn't drink.
Anthony Richardson, even though he's hurt.
I know that for a fact.
Okay,
Phillip
you may not
doesn't
drink, but facing those defenses might make you start drinking.
He doesn't swear either.
Yeah, one more. He will be if he gets his ass cracked enough. One more time. One more. Go ahead.
Yeah, Randall Smalls. He says if Yankees, and this $5 super chat, shout out to Randall. If Yankees or Dodgers can pay $500 million, then the Tigers are lucky if they could pay $350 for Skubal, and Boris knows that.
Well said.
That's facts. There's nothing to say behind that.
Yeah. That's good enough for me. You're good enough for us, too. We appreciate it always in the chat. It's great to have you on board. Thanks for everybody joining us here on the Braylon Edwards Show. We're back with you tomorrow, 2 o'clock, here on Woodward Sports. Don't forget the heavyweights.
Holiday movies.
5 o'clock.
Holiday movies.
I like that.
Tomorrow,
Okay.
holiday movies. Get your holiday movies
Get
together.
your shine
We will
on and
play
make
the
sure you got
NCAA
that
tournament.
Hey,
That's
shout
right.
out Will Ferrell, man.
Rocky IV is a Christmas movie. I'm just saying. I'm throwing that out there.
Mom! Meatloaf!
It's Elf.
All right, we'll see you tomorrow.
You're
Be
not
good.
Santa. No.
Buddy the Elf.
Looking for your daily sports fix? Look no further. Join Braylon Edwards, the University of Michigan legend.
Lofting it right corner of the end zone for Braylon, up in the air. Touchdown, Michigan!
And Shep,
Do you believe this comeback?
your favorite sports commentator, as they tackle the hottest topics in the world of sports. Catch the Braylon Edwards Show with Shep, Monday through Friday from 2 to 4 p.m. on the Woodward Sports Network. Get ready to laugh, learn, and love sports like never before.